2008, and all rightfully upset. We'll have to look that up. Jeez. Why are people rioting in France?
I'm not hearing anything on...
Are you hearing
Hello?
me?
Hello?
Hello?
Like nothing to the mic.
Are you going through only your mic right now? Is that muted or is that a selection?
I'm muted. This is the only one that's muted.
Are you sure it was the mute rate? Was it the the select, like the isolation one? Grops.
Hello.
Grops. Grops.
Hello.
I was happy. Was it in Tennessee where at least one of the there was at least in one state where one of the anti-trans bills got halted in.
Starting soon.
Guys, where's
Just
the
in case you ever wanted to
script?
do that.
We're live!
Oh,
The Wait, we're
We'll do it live. It's okay. It's fine.
wait, is that it?
Hold on, I gotta mute stuff.
Oh.
No,
Got too
further
much music playing.
on the shelf,
I
on
can't
top of the
reach
bag.
that
You need,
far.
oh, here. Good evening, everybody.
Hello. Oh wait, where's the camera now?
The cameras are higher up.
Hello.
So that tall
Oh.
people
I don't
can
want
be
this.
part of it,
Honestly,
too.
our jaw lines are gonna look
No.
so much better.
Take
Oh yeah.
You're only giving it to me because I threw a fit.
I feel that so hard.
So we've been playing around with our sound tonight. So just first off, let us know if we sound okay in the chat. If you can't hear us, yell at us. If you can hear us too much, also yell at us.
Please, no.
I'm sorry.
We're not ASMR channel.
But we are the First Draft. We are a tabletop RPG live play show where we make it up as we go along.
Yes.
I am your Dungeon Master, Paul, and joining me tonight we have...
Hi, I'm Rand. I'm a Kalistar Fire Genasi Druid Sorcerer, trying to figure out why my parents would be dead.
She
I'm
sounds
so
like that all
sorry.
the time,
I'm
too.
not from the backwoods. I'm from the woods, just not the backwoods.
Frontwards.
The front woods.
Wow.
Anyways, pass.
Wow. Pass.
Puff puff.
Turn it up.
I'm Sarah. I
hear you.
play
What?
an Eladrin bard named Saoirse. She's a bit lost at the moment, but she'll get back home soon.
Maybe.
Soon.
Pass.
And she has a new thistle friend too, who's very motivating.
Does the thistle have a name?
I'll get back up there and
I
sit
don't
down.
know
We
if
haven't
they've
asked
been
the
formally
thistle.
introduced.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Facts.
now.
Georgina.
I think Rory is
I
going to be very
propose
curious
Georgina.
about
Georgina
the
is a really good one.
Georgina and the Thistle are gonna become best friends, and then Rory's gonna
Also-
accidentally set Georgina on fire.
Well, Georgina only lasts for an hour.
Right.
Oh,
I think they've
yeah.
got, like,
Horrible
yeah,
prophecy
not
to
too much
foretell.
longer.
Unless you want to,
Dark
like,
place.
Oh, unless
if
you
you want to
can-
spare, like, another spell shard or something.
You have
Spell
another,
shard?
I
What?
don't know, immortal object or something.
All right, we're already off the rails.
Oh gosh.
Hi.
Okay. Hi. Hi. I'm Hunter, and I'm going to be playing Bryce Buckless because I was looking at where the camera used to be, not where our audience actually is now.
Where's my camera?
The camera.
There?
Turn those lights off. And I'll be playing Bryce Buckland, the 13-year-old satyr rogue, swashbuckling satyr rogue, who is on a quest to figure out what happened to his father, who mysteriously disappeared one day, and all that was left behind was one dagger.
What?
Don't. No, he's not. He's not. Pass.
He just hasn't gotten his cigarettes yet. He'll be back soon.
And milk.
Yeah, he's just up for
Yeah.
milk. Pass.
Hello, my name is Michelle. I play Rhea, the Asimar cleric, Twilight Domain cleric. She has really bad daddy issues. I feel like that is just the most succinct way to describe her. She's got intense daddy issues. Also, she's trans. Yeah, fun fact.
Casually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pass?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you introduce one of your characters, Paul?
Sure.
Give
Tonight.
us the next, really important NPC.
Well, currently you're joined in battle tonight by Celia, who is a
Celia.
drow with some special shark abilities. What's like the adjective for like shark-like?
Sharky.
Sharky? No, but like
I know
Is
what
there-
you're talking- there is a
like,
word.
There's
There is
a word
for
for
it.
that?
Yeah, there is a word. I'm
Please
gonna
look
look
it
it
up.
up.
I'm gonna.
Aquarius.
Yep.
But anyway, they are
Aqueous.
shark-like.
Aqueous solution. Suspended in aqueous solution.
Toothy. They've got a lot of teeth.
Toothsome.
Got a lot of teeth.
Yeah. They have been trying to find their sister,
Cruciferous.
Pel, who is
Broccoli.
coincidentally possessed by a quarry spirit. Pel is currently, I don't know how you would describe it, in some kind of pocket dimension overtaken by the quarry spirit who has used Pel's body to
That's good enough.
transmit themselves into this plane of existence.
Oh, we don't know. Yeah.
But
Is
I
it
don't know if we're gonna find that out.
I mean, the
cartilaginous?
whole-
I don't. The spell.
Cartilaginous?
Cartilaginous. Is that the one you're looking
But
for?
that's
That
sounds
just
like
describes
but
the
that
bone
is-
structure of a shark.
yeah, that
Yeah.
that describes
Rays as well.
a fish
Why do we know this?
specifically.
The
Because
astute
there is-
listener may have just heard a sixth voice on stream.
Who is that?
Oh, do you have a microphone?
We've finally given producer Will a microphone.
Yay! Are we continuing with the announcements?
yeah. We'll announce things now.
Hello, we're a group of good buddies who love tabletop role-playing games, enforcing shopping episodes when they have no business happening. Gosh dang, I keep looking where the camera
Nice.
used to be. If you like what we're doing, please type socials in the chat or click on them in our YouTube channel and shoot us a like and subscribe. We also want to share this journey with everyone, so please share our channel with your friends if they'd like to join the party. Gosh, it's a
Yeah,
while
they
now.
would.
We're content created by Second Winds, who have an online store that you can buy things from. Check out their new website. It's avlelderdragon.com and click on the shop tab.
I just bought this today.
Ooh.
That's right, showing it off. It's not
Yeah, I just like Jujito.
There you'll find a myriad of vintage and modern video games, plushies, and figures from all across realms of nerd culture. Are there any additional comments that we would like to add here?
Going once.
Going twice.
The website will also give you helpful information about upcoming events
Mhm.
and updates about the store and our branding and the location and stuff.
And aren't our faces gonna be there soon?
They will be there soon.
Our
Yes.
Gonna put our
faces will
mugs
be
on.
there
You can
soon
see
too.
faces because you don't see our faces right now.
Yeah, you don't see them now. Clearly.
In case you were wondering what we looked like.
If you wanted to save a crisp JPEG to your computer,
That's it for me. Now on to the recap.
I was
We're
fully
gonna end
checked
it
out.
there.
That is all that I heard.
Why encourage? Gosh darn it.
print it out, hang it on your wall.
Yeah.
Stop.
Do like this.
See,
Do
and
it
Jess
before you
thought
go
I
to
was
bed.
crazy for bringing up what I brought up earlier, and which I'm not gonna bring up.
Anyways,
I can't find it. I'm really sorry.
No,
I know
it's
exactly what you're talking about.
I'm so upset.
I respect you for like sticking with it that long because I forgot about it.
We're working so
Thank
hard
you.
to find it.
It's bothering me. It's gonna bother me.
What are you-
it's
what are
gonna
you
keep me up
looking
at
for?
night. The accurate term for describing somebody is like shark-like, but like actually having like
Are we
shark-like
still planning on doing
features.
the one shot
So it's like
next
half
week?
human, half shark.
What was that?
There's
Are
a
we still
word
planning on
for
doing
it.
the one shot?
yeah,
next
it's
week?
Shark Boy.
Yeah. Who's doing the one shot?
Bingo.
No.
So that is one thing
I
we
was
need to talk
about
about.
Yeah.
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 So, first off, sorry for missing last week.
You
That
should
was
be.
my bad. I was wicked sick. I'm better now.
Right.
Better now.
You're sick, but like in a good way now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ill. And so we're back this week, but we're going to be taking another week off next week, but not completely because we're going to be having a one-shot DM'd by our very own Hunter.
Hunter.
Do you want to tell the folks about the one-shot?
Sure, yeah. So it is going to be a bit different than our typical stream because it's going to be a bit darker, horror, some adult themes happening. Is our swears going to be happening?
Maybe.
Maybe potential
Potential
lit
disclaimer.
winker.
What is that? A warning for swearing may happen next week.
We'll let you know before we start.
We'll let you know
Yeah.
before we start.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the Alien role-playing game, which Free League Publishing published. And we'll be doing one of the one-shots, or the one-shot that comes with the starter set. It's going to be really fun, and maybe everyone will die. Well, who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe one of us will live.
We will have
Maybe
a
one of us
few
will
special
live.
Do you
guests
have
that
all the
will-
players for that?
Yes.
You already filled up?
You're one of them.
Oh, okay, yes! I was going to ask if I could be. I wanted to make sure. All right.
Oh
yes.
yeah, it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna have a whole slew of special guest stars. Paul, our own DM, will be one of the players. Will, our laughing god, will be joining, as well as Jess.
Yeah.
Yay!
I think Williams also. Nope.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Maybe Gwydion. We don't know yet.
There are a max amount of players that can play.
But if that sounds up your alley, if you like Alien, join us next week. We'll be doing it.
Yay!
And then we'll be back with the first draft week after that. All right. We are all announced out now, yes?
I
we
believe
everything?
so.
Okay.
Good.
So, are you ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, is that what we're doing here?
Some
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, dang, I think we're gonna play-
dude.
Well, too bad.
What's up, bro?
Oh,
Okay. So,
Sorry, I love doing that.
I already kind of gave a little bit of a high-level recap, but it has been 2 weeks, so just as a refresher, the party had been exploring a temple, a long-abandoned temple to Bahamut that had been abandoned. I said that already. And you'd been searching for a group called the Folded, this cult-like group that had been involved with Rand, your dream, something to do with your backstory, the quarry spirit that you have a bond with.
I think you made up that thing about sharks.
I did not. I swear.
Sharks have
I
a
swear.
name. They have a description.
I promise.
what you were looking
It's like a disease. It's going from person to person. It's like
Who next?
So, backstory.
yes. So
Something.
you had pursued the Folded to this abandoned temple. You sought to root them out. You identified one particular Folded that seemed to be the one in charge, Pell, a drow. She, unlike the Folded that you encountered before, seems to be in possession of her faculties.
Super cool.
You delved down underneath the temple, down into the crypts located under the temple. You made your way into a cavern, and there you found Pell waiting for you, along with a host of other Folded. As you looked on, Pell summoned forth, using her own body as a gateway, to bring forth a quarry spirit into this world, Komoon, this Zukora quarry that now you are doing battle with. We left off last session mid-fight. Bryce, you were like elbow deep in this obelisk.
I'm invisible as well still? Am I
You are
still
still invisible, yes. You have not taken like an attack action yet. You haven't broken the invisibility yet.
Mhm.
You are trying to disrupt whatever the contraption is, this dynamo of energy that is at the base of this obelisk. The rest of you have been doing battle with Komoon, trying to fight off the Folded that are attacking you, but also keeping this gate open. So, that is where we pick up tonight.
Do you still have our initiative order?
I do indeed. I
did not
did my
write down
job
who's-
this week.
Because
I believe somebody would be going first.
So, let's go to the battle map. Alright, so, Rhea,
Yes.
we left off with you. Komoon had just taken several attacks against...
Can we slide the battle map a little bit towards Savannah?
Oh,
and
no.
Just a
Like,
touch.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more. A little bit more. Perfect.
Also, as a reminder as to who everybody is on the map.
Yeah, because we
So,
have some mini deficiencies right now, so...
Rand is herself.
Yes.
Saoirse is a giraffe. Rhea is a blue guy. Here. Hunter is a rock. Celia is a mushroom.
I'm the turtle.
And Rory is a turtle.
Yeah, we need a
Oh,
rock.
you're
I forgot we need a
invisible.
rock,
You're a
for you.
I need a rock. Oh no, my rocks are in my car. I need a cool rock.
Here, you could be a dice.
My rocks are in
That feels. I feel like that's fine. You know, wait. I want to.
Wait, do you want a mini up here?
Oh, yeah,
you want to
can
be a
have
cat?
a mini.
I
about,
guess I
No,
could
you
use an
cannot be a mini.
actual
I already
mini.
wrote down that you're a rock. Here's
be
a
a
bottle
bottle
cap.
cap?
We said it. We announced that you're a rock. You have to be a rock.
Yeah. What about a bottle cap? Don't you need those?
Seems like
No.
a downgrade. How do you want maybe your rock to be a bottle cap and then you can be a rock?
Sure.
Okay.
Sarah, could you help swap that out?
It's compromise.
What about Tiamat over there?
I think that's that's pretty comparable.
Yeah. You're what
Four and a-
gargantuan, right?
Yeah.
You hit your 14th birthday.
That's what happened when
Oh,
I
you're
hit
on
my
the
14th
other
birthday.
side.
My thistle
Yeah,
is
yeah.
now a bottle cap.
Am I on the same square as Rory or?
Yeah, you're occupying the same space. Rhea.
My moonbeam.
Thank you.
Right. You had
Do
it.
we remember where it was?
I think it was directed at that.
It was centered
person.
on that guy. So
Yes.
when he starts his turn in the moonbeam,
Mhm.
he takes damage.
Right.
I'll roll the damage.
Right. So
Um,
I think what had happened, if I remember right, you had offed the guy that was there, and then another person dropped down into it.
Yeah.
And that wasn't technically their turn. That was a legendary action taken by Koma.
Yeah.
To do that.
Okay. All of this is happening non-lethally, might I add.
Perfect. Yeah. So
yeah.
just as a refresher, also, this dude, if I remember right, dead. This one knocked out, and then I think that guy's dead also.
Okay.
We just found out we can do non-lethal damage.
I knew this the whole time.
That's
I was about to say that
I-
some of
yeah,
us knew
what
this.
are you talking about?
I
Already?
just found out last
I didn't know until after I had already killed 2 people in this campaign.
Yeah.
The royal we.
We.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to move my spiritual weapon, which I believe is like right about here.
Oh yeah. What do we
think
have
so.
for your spiritual weapon?
Can
Do you
I
want a
put
kitty cat?
Yeah. My spiritual weapon turns into a kitty cat, and it goes. And like the cat from Captain Marvel, it's like meow, and then all the tenders.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move her 5, 10, 50, 20 feet. I can move 20 feet. That's a bonus action.
Let's
That's
go.
perfect.
You did it.
Cool. And she's gonna make an attack against that guy. Which I believe
Against Komu.
Komoon. Actually, before it makes an attack, if I may, I
Okay.
would like to use my necrotic shroud.
Yes.
So my spectral wings are already out because I'm already flying.
Yeah. Exactly.
Slow motion.
Yeah, in slow motion. So essentially, all of you watch all of the feathers of these spectral wings just start to fall out, and it's left with just this awful bone with bits of flesh and feathers just hanging off of it, sprouting out of my back, in this sickly almost aura seems to pulse off of me, and Komoon is going to need to make a DC 13 charisma saving throw,
That's right.
You got
or
it.
become frightened.
Okay. That's 23.
Okay.
But
Almost.
as your the effect tries to take hold, it doesn't even seem like if it had impacted, it would have had any effect. It just seems Komoon seems completely
Okay.
unmoved by this effect.
Okay. It still does other things, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
So now I'm going to make my attack with the spiritual weapon, because now I do an extra 3 points of damage. Necrotic damage. So let me pull up my spiritual weapon real quick. I get it a +7. 15 + 7, that is
Will
a big
absolutely
number.
hit.
yeah, 22.
I can't count that high, can
And
you?
then The damage
I can only count
increases
four.
by 1d8 for every 2 slot levels above second. So at third level, that's still 1d8, correct? Yeah, 1d8.
I'm sorry, I spaced completely out.
Let me think out loud.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, 12 points of damage, plus 3 necrotic.
So 15 total.
15 total.
I just want to point out.
Excellent.
Can I just share what went through my head when you said frightened? Immediately, this
I'm
thing
scared of where this
turned
is
into a giant turkey and just went. "Woo!" I just. That's all.
Okay.
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 I
I
wish,
still have
those streams
honestly,
again.
there's times where I wish you were the one using this spell, just because, like, I feel like that was what your aura would have been, the
Yeah.
giant turkey going.
Yeah.
Turkeys are scary.
Wow, so you wish I wasn't the one.
See, and I realized
doing
when
the
I
spell?
said that, I didn't mean it
That
like
was
that.
so
I love
rude.
your descriptions. They're so sick. I
You
just
know,
wish you
it's-
also had the spells, so that way
Every
you both
single
of you could
time-
use these spells and
It's
just
like
have these
every-
polar opposite descriptions that are incredible.
It's like every single game you have to walk something back that you say to me.
No!
My temp HP is now 12 because it's 6 plus 6.
Nice.
My dice are rolling up.
Yeah,
good.
you've been like solid on the temp HP.
It's because they all face upwards. All the way
Here we
settle.
go.
All I heard from you
As
is
an Aries
tipping.
to an Aries.
I love
because
Tempe.
I love you too. And then
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to move, not my full movement, but I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20. Right there.
Cool. Anything else you want to do? That was everything, right?
Yeah, that's everything.
But
Saoirse?
your cat, your spiritual weapon.
It's
Oh,
spiritual.
yeah.
Oh, you
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
attack with the
You
Oh.
didn't attack with the cat.
No, I did.
I thought that was the
Yeah,
that
Oh,
was
oh.
that was my
Yeah.
attack.
My
Yeah.
bad.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
oh my God.
I was picturing.
How much damage can you do?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I could do a lot more damage if I had an action to like inflict wounds or something.
But at least you're flying.
Are you your
That's
rock?
important.
Yes.
Actually, at the end of your turn, Komoon is going to, because their legendary actions renewed at the end of their turn, they're going to move over.
Do I get a reaction? Do I
No.
get an opportunity attack?
It slithers.
Oh, that's right. It has
Yeah,
that
this
slither.
legendary action does not take.
Oh, it's this one.
Mm.
Yeah. So they're gonna come around here and they're gonna grab
No, no.
this guy.
Oh, no, not again.
And you see the same like opening in their midsection, just like and consume this folded on this glyph.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
I hope this ends up being like a Spirited Away situation where no face. Everybody, you know.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Moonbeam says that if a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or
Uh-huh.
starts its turn there, it takes the damage.
Ooh.
Would
What's
that
the
technically
radius of Moonbeam?
It's 5. It was 5 foot centered on the guy. So I
Right.
imagine if he grabbed him,
So he's going like next to him, but he's not going up to. Like he's not taking the space of him.
okay,
Like he's reaching over onto the glyph, grabbing him.
okay.
So I don't know if that would, because is it a radius of 5 feet?
Yeah, it's like
Okay. Because these are like 10 feet by 10 feet, so I would say Komoon's not really on it.
Okay.
But
you're the DM.
Pop off.
I'm just trying to get as much out of this.
Mhm.
Out of
This
these
movie
spells
is a
as I
is
good
can.
going to
spell.
hit somebody.
It has. It's
Okay.
hit the floor.
12, 17.
Roll damage.
You absolutely wiped one of the folded with it.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's
But-
it.
Non-lethally.
Non-lethally?
Non-lethally.
Yeah.
Non-lethally.
And then did
He's still gently smoking over here against the wall.
Gently.
We both
Yeah.
Oh, it was the audience hearing.
Suffering.
burning like the streets of Paris. They're not allowed to retire.
Yeah, Maltese.
Okay, I have a lot of things going on right now. Well,
Yeah, you
it is
do.
my turn, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, just making sure. So gosh, what am I gonna do?
And just as a reminder to you and to the audience, Saoirse is pretty heavily wounded right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
when you end your turn, you get
Got it.
1d6 plus 6 hit points. 10 hit points.
Hey, thanks.
Did you leave the radius or?
As long as you end your turn within the radius of me, which is now like getting a little bit closer because it's a sphere centered on me, and so if I'm
That's what I forgot. I bought like a little area of effect plastic thing, and I left it at home.
Oh, that's
At the-
fun.
it was
Doing
sitting-
a lot of good there.
It was
isn't
like leaning up against my bag, and I grabbed
So
my
many good
bag, and I just
intentions.
like.
you really don't have that much to keep track of, Paul.
Yeah.
As a DM,
don't,
like,
I
you
don't.
should really.
But
So,
yeah.
Brutal.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, no, I just got distracted. Let's see. I have to look at the stat block for my dancing item
juicy.
again. I'm sorry.
You good?
I'm so sorry. Oh, he's got the same speed as me, and he goes after you. Okay, so the music is very good right now.
Right.
I have to
New.
say.
No, it's been there.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have as much like drumming as the other songs we're listening to, so
Yeah.
maybe that's why it's standing out.
Really
Okay.
like that shirt. Thank you. Those buttons. I like those buttons.
Those are good buttons.
Yeah.
I like your butt.
I'm gonna steal your buttons.
This was like $10 or something at the thrift store. Anyway.
So, okay, Saoirse's gonna move. How far does Phantasmal Force go? Oh, pretty far. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. So Saoirse's gonna go over here with her rock. I'm gonna say like
It's a
5, 10, 20, 30, like around here.
Okay.
That would definitely put you within the aura.
Janet, the rock. Yeah,
That's
the
right.
That's
dancing iron
right.
rock. No, Granite.
Granite.
Yeah, Granite Janet.
Yeah,
Granite
Janet. Janet.
We love
Didn't we establish that she talks like the
Yeah, the
lady
Scot.
from?
No.
And she's more dangerous with her butt.
She needs her Virginia Slims, honey.
Because she tried to.
That's
Like,
right.
Oh my
The thimble is the Scottish one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the thistle
The
is
The
thistle.
thistle, not thimble.
The thimble.
the thimble. Oh. Okay, so I'm moving over here with Granite Janet. And I guess the thistle is tagging along too.
Just hopping along.
Because we're a posse now. We're like snapping menacingly.
Granite has
You're like the
the
Jets.
rock snaps, like the rock sliding against.
Straight out of a musical. You're dancing and snapping menacingly.
Menacingly. I cannot stress this enough how menacing this looks, actually. A smallish Eladrin lady.
Yeah, this is what
with
happens
a
when you, like-
moving rock and a flower.
Yeah, it's like a little tiny cloud of like early Disney film and then fantasy. Like, that's what happens when the Fae gets involved.
Yeah. So. Okay.
So great.
Oh goodness. Oh, actually, my speed is increased because the
Granite Janet.
Granite Janet makes me faster.
Oh, that's right, because you get 10 extra feet of movement.
I get 10 extra feet, and people I don't like get 10 less feet.
True,
So I'm gonna
true,
go
true, true.
another.
Because they aren't in the posse.
Yes.
But
5
just
to 10.
be careful.
Yeah, I'm not gonna leave
Okay.
your. What's your area?
30.
It's a 30-foot sphere.
Okay.
So that means that, like, it has to be.
15-foot radius.
So it has to be, like,
Well, 30
am I
foot
good
is
here?
always in a. Is it 30 foot diameter?
let me check. Let me double
Usually
check.
it's like.
I believe it is.
For
It's
sphere,
30.
I
Quick
think-
math on that.
It says it's a 30. 30.
Andy always
center.
measures things weird.
It does. It does. Where's my channel's
We'll say it's
ability?
30 feet radius for now, because.
I'm gonna be here.
30
Is
foot
that cool
radius.
with you?
30-foot
Is
radius.
that cool? I'm
Yeah.
gonna be there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Everybody good with this now?
And
I just wanted to make sure that it's within.
I moved.
Yeah.
Okay, so I moved. I'm going to. Can I do a quick perception check on, or either perception or investigation check on the folded up on the high parts here?
Sure. What do you?
Do they have metal on them?
Sure. Roll a perception check for me. And we'll switch. You've got a surprise.
18 plus
for
my
later.
stupid perception.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've all got metal. I mean, this
They've all
guy's he's wielding
Okay.
an axe. That's just the mini that I picked.
Oh
but-
shoot, it's concentration. Never mind. There's
yeah,
so many
true.
things I have that are concentration. It's just like. So I would have to dismiss the thistle. I mean, everybody's already lost their temp HP that they've gotten from in the first place. So, but I like having them around for moral support and flavor.
Do what you feel is right.
Oh man,
If that involves killing the thistle, I mean,
no, it's not happening. Sorry.
I feel like he'd be honored
He would be.
to have served and like.
You don't do it,
what's
last.
a Celia? Where's a Celia around here?
Isn't Celia the mushroom?
Celia is the mushroom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Oh.
So I want to cast some. Dang it! That's concentration too. All of my stuff is concentration.
If all you've got's a hammer, that's how you use that idiom, right?
Yeah.
No.
It made sense to me.
If all you have is a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
That's how. But
And-
does
and
that?
yeah.
Nail is your
You know-
concentration. The hammer is your spell list is the hammer.
I need
Anyway,
to work on having fewer concentration spells. This is unfortunate. I'm sorry, Thistle. I'm sorry, Thistle. I'll bring you back again one day. Can we just say that he becomes inanimate, though?
yeah,
And then I
just.
can still keep him around.
Oh,
It's alright.
Wait, but it
Only
this,
dreams
wasn't
now.
that
Does he have a like
Janet?
going out monologue?
oh, that was Janet.
That was
yeah, that
Janet.
was just the thistle doesn't have an icon.
Yeah, where's
Thistle
the
didn't
thistle?
He wasn't important enough, apparently.
He's important. He's just.
The thistle wilts.
He doesn't wilt, he just becomes inanimate. It's fine.
It's
Come
fine.
back. Come back. We all know that Saoirse pushes people away before they can push her away.
Wow.
Now we don't have to unpack
Starting
all of that.
strong.
So, what is Saoirse
So she
going to be
dismisses
casting
the
now?
thistle. And wants to cast
Dismissal the thistle.
Dismissal the Thistle. She is going to cast Phantasmal Force on the big bad
Okay.
baddie. It's there's a lot to this spell. I'm so sorry. In general, though, he does have to make an Intelligence 14 saving throw.
That is like a 20 something.
Cool. So
No, sorry, it's a 19. But still, that is going to succeed. Does anything still happen?
wait.
I think it's like a half damage.
Yeah, no, it's not a damage thing. It's a, like, it creates an image in the creature's mind,
Mm-hmm.
and it thinks that something is real,
Oh,
and it
right.
interacts with that as if it was real,
Right.
and takes damage from that, thinking that the damage is real. It's like a psychic thing, but
Okay.
he doesn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does not take hold.
Yeah. Oh well, that would have been cool. So I dismissed the dismissal to the thistle. So I did cast it anyway.
So you still got a bonus action. Is there
I
anything
have a
else you
bonus
wanna try?
action.
So you can tell Janet to do something if you would like.
Janet actually has her own turn.
Right. Is it like a situation that's similar to Rand's thing where you have to give it an order as a bonus action to do something, or is it?
I don't think. Let me pull up the stat block again.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I think she has pronouns, Paul.
lives.
Wow.
It's-
We
So sorry,
all heard that.
Yeah, but
Chin's not an it fall.
people can have pronouns that are it, its.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm learning
I mean,
things
pronouns
today.
can be whatever you want it to be.
So in combat, the item takes
long as
my
it's the
initiative
person
count,
that-
but it takes its turn immediately after mine. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes on its turn is the dodge action, unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action.
Yeah. So that's.
So my bonus action would be telling it to do something then. That's what you're saying. Okay, cool.
Which is why when Rand wants Rory to do
I understand.
the fart teleport,
Okay.
Rand has to cue it up.
So I'm going to have Granite Janet use a force-empowered slam. Come on and slam! And welcome to the Granite... Granite...
The ground.
Granite.
We'll get there. We'll workshop
the
it.
jam.
It's my spell attack modifier.
So it's spell attack.
Spell attack to hit. Hang on, I have to find that now. This is extremely confusing, the number of different pages that I have to
Yeah,
go
all
through
of
in
those
order
little
to...
like.
It's so like it's in my feats, and then I have to click on the stat block, and then I have to go back to my spell attack, and it's very cumbersome. Sorry,
You're good.
I don't have it all. Okay,
All the little buddies always have like.
The little
it's
buddies.
Like, it's like 3 plus
I need to have
your,
it like
you know, your
printed out
proficiency,
or something. Yeah. Oh, it's that part. 7, 13.
13 does not quite hit.
I'm doing a bad
so-
job.
Yeah, Janet goes
Your
to do a
first
little
turn.
butt slam, but it just kind of bounces off of the chitin of
Oh.
Colin's body. Doesn't appear to leave it. Doesn't appear to leave a mark. It scuffs the chitin a little bit, like, but it'll probably buff out. Like it's
Okay.
not.
Come on, it's a
Well, well, he's slow when he starts his turn next to
True.
Janet
right.
Granite, and I take 1d6
Take that.
plus 6.
Yes.
Good old
And so
Granite
does
Janet.
Granite Janet.
Noise.
If she's got her own turn.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right.
6.
Bryce.
Ah, it's my turn next.
Oh, that's a 6.
I had no idea when I was coming up.
12.
Okay, so how does the tower, how is the obelisk looking at this point?
The obelisk is actually. I meant to say this because Komoon got close. Komoon is going to have to save against the arcing energy because you
Yeah.
had stabbed into this dynamo and this like planar energy is like arcing out. Different elements, different like forces are arcing out of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry, because you took the lightning from it.
that Komoon fails.
Yes, I did.
So Komoon is going to take. Interesting. So you watch an arc of like this almost earthen kind of column just whips out, and you can see vines like twisting through it, and lashes Komoon across the face, right across a couple of the eyes at the top of the head, dealing. Sorry, I'm looking up the actual damage that I wrote down for this stuff. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. Okay. So, like, as Komoon consumed the folded there, you watched a lot of the wounds kind of start to stitch up and the flesh kind of come together
I hate
and
to see that.
rejoin.
It's really bad to watch.
And then, like, right as it does this column, this arc of, like, earth and energy just whips across and opens up a huge gash
That's
across.
awesome. That's actually
Like,
sick.
just all the damage that Komoon just healed immediately was dealt back. So, okay, Bryce. Now we're at you.
Okay, so what's the obelisk looking like?
The obelisk is arcing out energy all over the place. It is...
And how much of a gap have I made now?
It looks like it's destabilizing. It was about like I think we said like a foot in length, and it's a few inches across. You know, you still have your sword in there. You have the liaison's edge in there, I think. So it is like rattling, vibrating. Like there is a lot of force being applied to your blade, but you're holding it tight. What would you like to do?
You're looking at me so intensely, like.
Well, no, I'm kind of worried if it's in the tower, is it giving off energy that would...
I guess we'll find out.
So, I mean, I'm still trying to go at this tower and get these like glitches and stuff popped up. I am single. I still haven't noticed, I think, yet that I'm invisible. I think
Right.
that was established.
Just like in the moment, just like, ah!
It's like, so yeah, I'm going to... Is Trauma Dump a bonus action?
Yes. It's if you hit, or I think it's a bonus action, right?
Oh, no, it isn't.
No, actually, no. I think it's just
If I hit it, then I
if
can
you hit
choose...
a target, you can add that damage on top. You can only do it, I think, once per round to a single enemy.
Okay.
So
Then I'm gonna like try and push it even deeper and
Okay.
go for another trauma dump if I hit and stuff. Do I have
Yeah.
to roll to hit?
roll
if
the
I'm already...
hit. I mean, like you're already in there, but this is just to kind of assess the extent of
Oh
the
gosh, I
Roll
damage.
hit
to
the
impale
camera
further.
there.
So there'll be different. I'm gonna say there's different ACs for like how effective this damage is gonna be.
How do you make
You
it look so
just
easy?
raise it?
I'm
Because
just...
here's what you do.
No, stop. I can do it.
Hold. There you
job.
go.
Okay.
How do you know what I mean?
15. To hit?
15. Okay.
Okay.
Roll. Roll your damage.
Okay. Where is my second? Whatever, this one.
Yes.
3. And then the trauma dump is an extra D4.
Okay.
It's not a toss.
Just
Just
gently.
hold.
It's like the most
You got a
stressful
4,
DS
though.
game. Of 4. An extra 4 damage.
4 damage. All right.
So 6 damage total, but 4 from the trauma dump.
Can you do a tutorial real quick?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So roll that D100 since you used a trauma dump.
What does trauma dump do?
So
Oh.
Bryce's weapon has a special ability.
The one I took out of dissected from the liaison.
Yeah, so this blade was taken from one of the blades of one of the liaisons, the damaged liaison that they killed. Bryce extracted the blade from one of its arms and took it to a blacksmith and had it fashioned into this kind of curved blade. And so it has a special ability called Trauma Dump, where Bryce can add a little bit of extra psychic damage to an attack at the expense of certain effects.
A 91.
90. Ooh, interesting.
We haven't rolled that high yet. No.
Yeah, so with a 91. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. So you're standing here right next to Ram.
No, don't talk about who I'm standing next to.
Are you?
Rowan went emotional.
Oh man, this is actually going to get Kamoon too.
Let's go! Oh no, wait, what's going to?
10-foot sphere, so I think it'll be just you, and Kamoon.
Okay.
So,
And the obelisk would take this damage as well, I'm assuming.
it's not. It's
I don't know what it
not
is.
going to affect the obelisk, but
Oh, okay.
I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Would this count as a spell?
All right. Now, Hunter, watch carefully. I will.
Yes, this is
I
technically
place the
a spell
dice.
effect.
Advantage against spells.
I take it and I hold it here, and then
Yeah.
I let it go.
That's upsetting to see.
I'm
So
sorry.
there's also you could also, if you really wanted to, take it in your hand
Yeah.
and go like that.
But there's,
You could also.
but you
I'm
have to
such
put
a-
in
you
all
know,
the
I'm on-
effort to make this. I feel bad.
It's okay. It's not on camera right now, so like this is for you.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it this time.
So I got a 19.
Ah, not 20.
Nice.
Thank goodness for advantage against spells, because first roll was not it.
19. Everybody saved. Okay.
Yay!
Wait, including Kumu?
Yes.
Dang it.
This doesn't just go away though. But so as you that psychic energy, that purplish kind of crackling energy pulses through the blade into the obelisk, just this like shimmering, hazy, like, you know, tarmac on a hot day kind of cloud just, and for a second you struggle to make heads or tails of your surroundings, and you can bear, like, you're getting a little woozy, everything's kind of vibrating, shaking, like melting a little bit, and you blink and you shake off the effect and you can still see clearly, but that haze is still there, and it may affect you next turn.
Okay. Heard. How does the obelisk look after all that damage?
You said 6 damage?
Yes.
It's still arcing. It doesn't appear to have significantly changed yet, but, you know, the further you kind of push this in, the more, like, resistance and, like, kind of grinding and like, destabilization you can tell is happening. So you are having an effect, but it doesn't seem to have changed anything yet.
Can I do because we established I can't sneak attack. Can I do a two-handed fighting moment and pull out my rapier?
Okay.
As my bonus action to, like, with that crack I've established.
Sure,
jam it in
yeah.
there as well. All right. Don't know what the DC on the hitting it is, but
Again, there's going to be multiple levels to it that will affect your damage.
19 DC
Okay.
to hit.
Yeah.
And damage is without the modifier because 6.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you shove the liaison's edge in a little bit further, and you're like, kind of waiting for something new to happen, but the same kind of arcs of energy are still coming out. By the way, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me. But you jam the rapier in as well, and as you do that, you hear just this grinding kind of like,
Yes.
and the arcs now just flash all at once out in all directions. They're now extending 30 feet out from the obelisk, and it is shaking. You can see, like, bits of stone start to kind of crumble off of it and crack. The whole thing is starting to destabilize, and this crack that you formed in it, you look into it, and it is now radiating this just, like, blinding light. So
Can I? My goggles are on my head.
did have
Can
them on
I?
your head.
Calm
Yeah,
them down. Finally, my goggles. I'm
you do it
so
just like that
stoked.
too. They're on your and you just.
All of my trinkets are coming into play in this fight, and I have never been more happy. And that is a 21 on my saving throw there.
a 21. Okay, so you are good. Like, despite being, like, at the epicenter of it, these arcs of energy, you're just kind of like dodging out of the way and managing to avoid impact. I think that's about everything you can do, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I ain't moving.
1d6 plus 6.
This
No.
thing appears to be destabilizing at this point. How quickly and what the effects are going to be once it fully does, you don't know. But it is kind of violently beginning to collapse, it seems like.
And I'm still invisible with these attacks?
You are not invisible anymore.
Oh,
This
okay.
only drops now because you've attacked.
Okay. Just suddenly blip back into appearance and cause a huge, like, lightning storm to happen. Okay. Can I yell something at Rand?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming it's also loud right now. with
Oh
all
yeah,
of the
yeah.
energy.
Like, there's crackling of energy, fire, the
Yeah.
whole thing.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna see this thing through. Can you make sure Rory's ready to teleport me as far out of this place as he possibly can?
Oh.
In case this brings this place down.
Oh.
'Cause I'm doing some good work.
Okay, I'm just going to, like... Is it my turn next?
It is Celia's turn next, and then you.
But just like, because you have to prepare the bonus action.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sorry, I didn't
Makes
get
sense.
clothespins for this to show you guys your order this week.
That's okay.
that one like right out of the brain.
Yeah, now that's my turn. I'll end it there.
Okay. All right. So Celia is going to, with wanton abandon, just again sprint over to Komoon. So 5, 10. They are going to leap over that body. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20,
Launch
25,
pad.
30 feet. And they are going to, again, open their mouth super wide and just clamp down on Komoon and try to just bite into them.
Pop that bug.
And they're not going to do it.
God dang it.
It would be so cool.
Yeah.
They miss, but they're going to take another attack and do it again.
Yeah.
And my god, I'm rolling so bad. That's not going to do it.
Rolled out upper Komoon to save.
Yeah, that sucks. That's it. Yeah. I think. Yeah. So that's going to be their turn. Rand, you're up.
Alright.
No, the thistle's gone. I'm sorry.
Sad.
I think Rand, when seeing the thistle deanimate, is just gonna just salute the thistle. Okay, so I'm assuming that Bryce is fairly close to me. I could pinpoint that yell pretty well.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and Bryce became visible again. while he
Oh,
was
really?
Yeah. When I
So-
stabbed, like, when I went in this attack this turn.
Oh. I
Yeah,
missed
so
that. Okay.
you hear Bryce yelling, and you look over, and he is right next to you, and
Ah!
Goggles
all of
down.
that energy is just like flaring on all sides of Bryce.
Yep.
By the way, roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Right.
And
That's a 9. Wait, yeah, it's a 9.
Plus, 11.
11. Roll a d6 for me.
2.
2. Okay.
I feel like it doesn't do the tilt for me. It's kind of.
You've got to hold it there. See? You gotta like.
Yeah.
So,
Gently.
yeah,
You
just
like-
going
No,
to-
see, that's not
You
gonna
like flick it.
happen.
So,
I know.
what were arcing like tendrils of energy that were whipping out before, now that Bryce has done more damage, these have like elongated into almost like steady streams of like elemental energy, and a stream of ice just whips around and smacks you on the side of the head for 7 points of damage.
Oh.
7 points of cold damage.
I'm down, y'all.
Oh my gosh, you were that low? Did you not have a
You had.
I had 7 left. Yeah. Wait! I had temporary HP.
I was about to say, did you not have a temp HP modifier? 'Cause
No,
you,
I did.
You ended
Okay,
your
so I
turn.
have 7 left now. Okay.
Okay. So that took out the rest of your temp HP?
Whew, yes, I don't
Okay.
have any more temp HP.
Okay.
I have 7 left. Okay. Alright.
It's so much. I yell at you to help me. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, down. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that like twilight kind of energy that was protecting you, it was like kind of at like waist height, and then it just disappeared as it
Leveled
blocked
in.
that strike for you.
I might. So, I could do that, couldn't I? I technically can react and absorb that as well.
True, if you wanted to.
I could do that.
You could do that.
You
I
could do
could
that.
do that. That might be fun.
Sounds like a good move.
I want to do that.
Could technically might do that.
You can just absorb that.
I think, yeah, I can just absorb that.
Like the damage and everything. Like does.
I absorb the element.
Oh.
Mhm.
I can absorb any element.
Okay.
Just all you absorb all air. It just all disappears.
Rand just sucks the air out of the room.
we just
Zahir
no,
someone.
we just
So I think what happens is the ice slaps me, and then, but it's like still, because you were like, it's a continuous stream, so I just kind of look at it, and then it just in somehow into my face gets absorbed. And I am going to walk up to Bryce, and I'm assuming that you've got your hilts like here,
Yeah.
like together.
I guess, yeah.
Together?
Yeah, pretty, like, I mean, it's a hole pretty close together.
It's
so
a
yeah,
little pretty
yeah.
close together.
I'm going for the same point here.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, Bryce, hold it still, and then I want to bring down my.
And just as an FYI, on absorb elements, you take half damage.
Ooh.
It gives you resistance.
Ooh.
It's kind of weirdly worded.
Interesting.
But sorry, I didn't mean
None
to
of
interrupt
y'all
you.
are gonna
Oh
win
no,
it,
no,
okay?
it's okay. It doesn't say
That
that on
always
it.
happens.
I did not know.
Yeah, it's like the wording on it's
Absolutely
weird.
intentional.
Okay.
Um,
So
Just
how many
moonbeam
points did I
and
take?
healing
4?
word.
Where's the moon?
you took 7 points of damage, so that would be reduced down to 3.
Okay, so
So-
I would still have
As
4
long as
temp
it's
HP.
Yeah.
stand.
Sorry, I know I interrupted you.
No,
I just
it's
wanted
okay.
to double check that because
Okay, so I'm going to take my gauntlet of lightning, where I have kept my 19 points of lightning damage from last session, and I'm going to bring down like a hammer to drive them both in further.
okay. Okay, roll to hit, I suppose.
Okay.
Would that hit me?
I don't think so. No,
Okay.
you're attacking the opposite direction.
So Sarah, again, where's
Yes?
my spell
Your spell attack
my
modifier
spell
is right
attack
there,
modifier.
+5.
Okay, so I've got a 12.
12 is not gonna hit.
So I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos then.
Okay, excellent. Yes. All right, perfect.
Yes!
Perfect.
Let's keep this D100 rolling.
Yeah.
Okay, let me find
So
the
next time you
thing.
cast a spell, keep in mind
Mm-hmm.
something's gonna happen.
I love
Okay.
chaos. Like, like wild magic. I think it's so funny.
So that would be plus. It was a plus
Ooh.
5. So 23.
23. Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Okay, great.
Okay, so tell me what you're doing again.
So I'm taking the gauntlet that had this 19 points of lightning damage, going down into the rapier to shoot the damage into this obelisk
Okay.
and drive it further, the swords further in.
Awesome. So do the damage of the rapier, which is
Ooh.
Is my modifier with that or just the damage of rapier?
just the damage in this case because it doesn't have like your
Yeah.
finesse behind it.
1d8.
So that'd be 1d8. Yeah.
And with that, so I've got the 19 lightning, but would that also be a melee attack?
It would be a melee attack. Yes.
Okay. I've
Uh,
never done a melee attack.
so roll the d8 and then roll an extra d6 on top. That lightning damage, absorb elements gives you 1d6 of that element to use on your next attack.
Oh, for the ice.
And for the lightning, because those are both absorb elements, right?
But the lightning was from last time.
Right.
And I
But
store
but yeah, you store it, but you do 1d6 damage of that element type when you attack with absorb.
You don't.
elements.
Yeah, it's not the total.
Dang
amount.
it!
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that.
It's
oh,
still
that
it's
It
still
still
extra
halves the
damage, which is
Yeah,
good.
that's great.
That you take.
Yeah.
So, 1d6.
1d8.
1d8, yeah.
1d8.
Nice.
Hey.
Perfect.
Ah!
Okay. And then roll that d6 too for your lightning
D6.
damage.
She ate.
She ate that.
1.
1.
Okay. Well, you know, you got both ends.
And then do I do 2 points of melee attack damage too?
I would say so. What is your dexterity modifier?
2.
Yeah, so it would be +2. It's not. You don't get a proficiency bonus because you're not proficient with this attack thing that you're doing. But I'll let you add the +2, so that'd be 11 points total.
Yay!
Okay. what is it? What is the lightning energy like? What does this look like?
I like to think that
Describe
there's
this
like
for me.
like you're holding here. I think I put like hand on top and on metal to make sure I can absorb maybe if any reverb happens. And then there's like a wind up and a boom, and then the lightning just shoots into the swords, and the swords.
Yeah.
The swords go forward.
It's the sword.
The swords go forward.
And then there's a giant boom, as there always is,
Mm-hmm.
with the thunder, and a shaking of all earth around us. Like,
And there is, as that clap of thunder hits, there is a shaking of earth
We are
from your spell, but also from the obelisk here. As you release that lightning energy into it, more cracks, fissures start to form, and light starts to bleed out of all of these cracks.
and I'm gonna yell, Rory, give it one more hit! Because he can attack.
Okay.
He's gonna attack into the swords like I did.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Yay! Oh,
there is the sound of. There's the sound.
Well, is that his
thunder.
bonus? Is that Rory's bone? Like,
He takes his
can
turn
he
right
teleport?
after.
he does take his turn.
Oh yeah, if you tell him to do that, he's not going to teleport. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's up to you. It is your move.
you told him to, and you just rolled for it. So.
Ah.
Well,
Well, damn.
I
There
think
is-
subject.
There is a thunderclap in an enclosed stone room.
Mm-hmm.
Can we hear?
I'm not going to make you roll for it, but
Are our
like,
ears bleeding?
Roll for eardrum perforation.
yeah, roll for
Yeah.
tinnitus for me.
I is this just like a, what do I plus to hit? It's probably not gonna matter.
It's probably like your spell attack modifier or
So 5 plus
proficiency
5.
bonus or
So
something.
he got a 10.
A 10.
He did
I
not
mean-
hear me, did he?
Hear you for. Are you,
Oh, I'm just assuming that it's not gonna hit, so he's
oh, I mean,
probably just bobbing
a
around.
10, it's not like you're trying to hit something difficult to hit. It's
That
like
is
right in front
true.
of you. It's not moving.
He is right next to me.
So roll some damage for me. Roll damage. We'll factor it in.
Okay, it's 1. So Rory has flame seed attack. So I like to think that he like hops on my shoulder and he's like pew 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 pew. And little fire bullets come out of him. Okay, so 1d6.
like
Uh,
Cuphead, just like
Perfect.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
like-
like
What's
Octo Rock,
PD?
like just like
Proficiency bonus.
What would that be?
Probably +2 at your level.
yeah,
Okay.
I
So
have plus
5.
or +3, probably +3.
Oh,
It's
plus
oh,
three?
so 6.
Ah.
6 points a day.
It would be at the
Six
top
points
of your thing.
Yeah.
Just like right at the top.
Yeah,
So,
+3, sorry. Yep.
Just for flavor here, you slam your hand down.
Yes, I-
Rory spits his little flame pellets at the same time, and these arcs of like flame and electrical energy just pulse down the blades, twisting in and out.
The beams.
And those cracks just keep forming, and the light sprays out. And like the signal tower that you looked at, now a giant crack forms across the top of the obelisk, and light just cracks through, flows through, and you look up and you see the top of the cave that you're in, the roof of the cave. That light blasts straight through it,
Oh, snap.
and rubble sprays down. I need everyone who is
cool,
within 20 feet of the obelisk to roll a dexterity saving throw for me as this rubble starts to crumble down from the ceiling.
That close?
5, 10, 15. You're like right at the edge.
Mm.
I would say you're probably outside of it, because if I measure from the center, you wouldn't be in there,
Okay,
so
then.
I'd say you're safe.
Okay.
17 as
17.
well.
So you both save, so you do not take any damage from this. But the entire cavern shakes, and little bits of rubble and detritus are starting to rain down. The whole place is vibrating, and energy is still pouring out from the top of this obelisk. And Kamoon needs to roll as well. Yeah, Cocoon saves. Okay.
Gosh, dang it, Cocoon.
And this folded needs to roll.
Oh.
He does not save, so he's gonna
Dang
take.
Quickly, like, we need to make sure they live.
Huge boulder.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happens. The big rock separates and then just like.
No!
So now only 2 are left, and the light.
Does that
lock
count for my body count?
This hand, just like, and yeah, just a locket opens up, and you see a picture of a happy, smiling family.
I've been
with
looking
the
at it every
newborn
night to
baby.
retain his
Yeah.
humanity.
Yeah.
It's like a baby. The child is
Oh,
a baby.
like newborn. Yeah.
There's also
Oh,
a puppy
smiling.
too.
Yeah. There's a little kitty cat.
They're like laughing
Yeah.
in the picture. That's
Oh,
how
it's
They're
so
having,
sweet.
they're
It's so
laughing and
sweet.
laughing, having a great time.
blood
just
is
a
splattered
picture,
across the
But
image.
it's just in the
Well, it's-
picture
and
because
it's-
they've been going to marriage therapist.
Oh, of course.
Quite
And it's
some
it's
time.
actually been working
You know?
wonders for them. Like
It's
they've
been
been
going
Yeah.
so well
really,
for them
really working through some
recently.
stuff, and like, you know, originally they thought the baby was gonna, help things, but of course.
And now
There's
suddenly,
counseling. Now they've
and
been
now-
going out together again.
Yeah, they've like
Been
they're actually sharing their
reconnecting.
interests with one another. Like, they're talking
Curious
through
about each
things.
well,
other
they're not
again.
talking through it anymore.
Anyway, so
It's a tiny poem tucked in the locket. Sorry.
there's like a little love letter on the other side. It's like all of the promises that he was making to his significant other, and like,
Please stop. Oh.
So yeah, all of the lights on these glyphs start to like now flicker, and like the connection to the obelisk is starting to wear thin, and you can see Komoon, the 2 large eyes. If you could imagine what a panicked look on a being this frightening would look like, you see it. They are like looking around, and they look at you directly, and they look at the obelisk. And we'll get to their turn because now it's the cultist's turn. As the light on the glyphs is flickering, you also see the light in the folded's eyes flicker.
Neat.
Yes.
And
That's what I was hoping would happen.
Oh.
the light fades from that one's eyes,
Yes!
and they close and they fall down asleep
Do
on
the
ground.
glyphs kind of get
The
affected at all?
glyphs lights on these 3 are now out.
Yes.
This one also
Yes!
Yeah.
falls asleep on the ground. And it is now Komoon's turn.
Take that.
Komoon is
Some
going
more
to survey
turns
the
than I thought.
field. Just go, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And then they're going to turn to Celia and just say, you'll do. And take one pincer, grab Celia by the throat,
No.
and lift Celia's eyes directly into Komoon's. And Celia does not save.
Thanks, Silly.
So-
She better survive.
Cartolinigus.
Tell me about
Card-
Aqua.
card
Or they're going to
awareness.
tell me about Aqua. My
Yeah.
bad.
Friend. Our
So
shark person.
you watch
Yeah.
as Komoon's form, the split at the chitin that you tried to kind of pry apart, glows this like deep kind of purplish color. Like all of these fissures and cracks start to form in Komoon's form, and at those cracks they split apart, and the same kind of like process that you saw with Pell when Pell folded into the form of Komoon, the same process reverses. All of these cracks form, and the body of Komoon just like folds backwards, and you see Pell emerge and fall down on the ground. Can't tell if she's alive or not, but Celia, you watch Celia's eyes glow blue, and Celia looks around, and that's Komoon's turn. So we'll get to Celia in a second. Rhea,
So-
it's you now. Komoon is gone,
Beep.
and we now have, this will be Pell.
Tell
Pell
them.
is on the ground.
Fell down.
Okay. So the cracks that formed at the top of the obelisk.
Mhm.
Those I imagine, because the light from the spinny thing in the middle is shining through.
Mhm.
I imagine if a spell like Moonbeam were to go over it, it would go into
can find
the
out.
thing. Okay. Well, because the obelisk also, it doesn't have a turn, so would it?
Right. So for this, you have destabilized the obelisk enough at this point that things are outside of your control. That much is apparent to all of you now. So we're going to stay in initiative order for a couple reasons. One, because we're going to figure out what happens with Celia here. And two, because at the end of your turn, something is going to happen with this obelisk. And so even in a minute, if we get outside of combat, we're going to stay in initiative order, and you're all going to be able to collectively do one action, either together or separately, until we kind of resolve what's happening here.
Okay.
Sound good?
Mhm.
Okay. So, Rhea.
Yeah, I want to take Moonbeam, and I want to put Moonbeam directly over the obelisk so that it's shining down through the
Yeah.
obelisk. So when it comes to its turn, I'll roll 3d10.
Okay.
For it.
Just go ahead and roll that for me now, and we'll get to it at the bottom of the order.
Yeah. Okay. What is there it is. Ooh. 8, 9, and 4. That would be 21. 21.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Amazing. And then I want to use the spiritual weapon. Now that I see Pel's eyes glow blue, that spiritual weapon is non-lethally going after him.
Okay.
Them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Non-lethally going after them. And so my spiritual
Celia's
weapon
name.
is a flail.
Celia's. Because Pel's
Unconscious.
Oh,
now.
Pel, Celia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I mix up. I've been out of Adderall for like months.
Oh.
No.
But I want to take the flail and essentially see if I can use the chain and wrap it around them, maybe kind of try to keep them in one spot,
Okay.
if that's possible.
Are you trying to grapple Celia?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So roll strength for me.
Okay. Even with the
Strength contest.
even with the spiritual weapon, would it still be strength?
Oh, you're doing it with the spiritual weapon. So you're trying to
Yeah.
grapple with the spiritual weapon. Oh.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So your spellcasting is wisdom, right?
Yes.
So roll wisdom.
Roll wisdom.
And Celia will roll strength.
Absolutely. +4.
Noise.
Oh, that's cocked. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, it's 8. So 8. Okay.
Okay, so you try to whip this around and wrap up Celia, and you watch Celia. They're kind of standing there, looking around. And they dodge out of the way as the flail kind of comes down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will. You know what? I'm gonna stay exactly right where I am, which is outside of the radius of what that
fair.
thing seems
Yeah.
to be doing.
I was gonna say you've been the safest placed person
Yeah,
this entire
yeah.
fight.
Yeah, I want to make sure that all of my
Our tank is the safest
all of-
person.
Your tank and your healer. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Which has been saving our
Yeah.
life this entire time.
Yeah, I want to make sure everyone's still within my little radius.
Okay.
And also, because I have the necrotic shroud out, does Celia need to make
Oh right.
another?
Yeah. So
I guess unless immune
Well,
to being frightened.
Immune to fear.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I would say in this case they are still immune.
Okay, no worries.
yeah.
Then it's my turn.
Saoirse.
Right. So the thing I was gonna do
I'm so sorry.
And then Bryce, you're next. Just to.
is different now.
Oh, no.
And this always happens. Where whenever I actually think of what I'm gonna do, ahead of time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this and this, and it's gonna be great. And then
Everything changes.
the turn happens, and then it's like, well, now what am I gonna do? Boy, howdy. Gosh.
You're looking around nervously, still snapping.
Anyway,
Nervous scatting.
My coping mechanism.
so I'm gonna get up
Janet
near.
begins the kick line.
I'm gonna get up near Celia.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Celia.
Celia is right now.
And I'm gonna do that stupid thing again, if you'll allow me to do that stupid thing again.
If you lead with that, I'm gonna say yes.
Awesome.
Your stupid things are always the most overpowered things.
Aw. I'm gonna do my performance of creation.
Okay. What are you creating?
Piano.
No.
Anvil.
So here's the thing, I'm level 6 now, which means that I can create a large item.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be just medium, it could be large. So
A large piano.
a grand piano.
An organ.
I might even say.
Wow.
Organs are too big. Organs are huge.
Yeah.
They're enormous.
A herd of cacti.
When I tried to look, a herd of cacti.
I'm sorry.
Do they usually grow in herds?
They travel in herds. Oh my god.
Yeah. It
Which is
You need
surprising
to
since
fight.
they got such prickly
Still,
personalities.
yeah.
This was my cousin.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, because when I tried to Google funny things to drop on top of someone, the Google just gave me a bunch of dumb jokes and one-liners, and I don't want that.
yeah.
I
Oh,
want
like
literal
cross-eyed
comical,
and,
like
joke
Wile E.
sense.
Coyote kind
Yeah,
of things
sure.
to drop on
No,
top
like
of
an
people.
Acme safe.
Yeah, it's
Like
gotta
an
have something with
Acme safe, but I don't want.
inside.
So here's the thing: I
A
want it to.
tank.
I'm.
I mean, safes are expensive.
Safes are expensive.
It's
Yeah, the
facts.
maximum.
Yeah, what's the gold value?
Yeah,
here?
gold value is 120 GP.
Okay.
Which is
That's
still
a
a pretty
lot.
good budget. It's
not,
a good
it's not
budget.
a small amount.
Mhm.
No.
So
it's
tell me
not.
what you want to create, and we'll see if it's feasible.
Does it have to be non-living?
Yes, it has
Oh
to be
yeah, the
a
implications for
non-
that.
Well, I mean, I was thinking of like a
Item.
horse. I was thinking of a horse.
It doesn't have to be a living horse.
It doesn't have to be a living horse.
Oh my god.
And that would be quite heavy.
Let's
Large,
say-
some would say.
I'm gonna put
Dude, we're gonna have to like define like
Our Dark Keeper this episode
Like,
is on a roll.
the capacity to have
put it in a
life,
bad
but
place
then
for
that
that.
has its own implications that like.
I made a rock talk. We talk like this. Oh my god. I think I'm actually just gonna.
Getting lightheaded.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's good. It's good.
I think what I'm gonna do, actually, is I'm gonna do what I wanted to do in the first place. And I'm gonna can I skirt around here?
Everybody's
Ish.
saying
Skirt,
anvil
skirt.
in the chat.
Oh,
Anvil.
Anvil, yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I could tell you actually the price.
I have a plan for my turn.
Okay, all right. I am going to put a. Here's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be. I want something that takes up the entire area of the spell sigil, so that people cannot continue to go and walk on it.
Okay.
So there's one that has, you've moved the moonbeam from this one, and so it's not protecting itself anymore. So I'm going to put.
Was the glyph deactivated or?
All of them are deactivated now.
Because no one's standing on
Yeah.
them.
And,
Oh,
and
I
they were
thought it
starting
was
to
because of the
destabilize as
obelisk.
well because of the obelisk.
And
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
This
okay.
whole
So, like-
system that was keeping Komun's form corporeal
Oh, that's what it
is
was
starting
doing?
to fail.
Yeah, wait, that's what it was doing. Wow, that was a good thing to go after.
wait, and the guys that are standing, are those the only guy? Are they like?
Those are the only ones that are
Is there a way for you to,
awake.
like, protect
This one fell
everyone from
asleep,
getting
these two fell
eaten?
asleep. Everyone here is either dead or asleep.
Okay.
Okay, I know what I want to do. I want to, I want to create a sousaphone,
Okay.
which is
yeah,
a very large brass instrument.
Another one.
Commonly mistaken for the tuba.
I know, right? Why do people keep doing that? It's
the
much
one you
bigger
see
than a
in
tuba.
marching band.
It's the one that wraps all up around you. And I want to create one
All
of
their
those.
business.
And I want to
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
essentially,
Are you gonna try and like?
yes, yes,
I love
All right.
yes.
Perfect.
I'm going to create a sousaphone and I am going to like wong it onto Celia,
Wonderful.
trying to immobilize them essentially.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll say
That is
for
so
this
good.
the DC. What's your spellcasting DC? We'll use that as the target to be here.
It is. It is 14.
14. Okay. So Celia is going to roll a dexterity saving throw to try to get out of the way as
Sure.
you summon this above their head.
What the?
That is a natural 1.
Yes! Let's go!
And like because they roll a natural 1, it like it's
All the way.
like kind of like sticks a little bit. Okay. We'll see what.
Arms?
Yeah, we'll say like kind of.
The cartoon just.
Yeah.
Do we hear them screaming out the other way?
Using
And to follow that up, I want to try and see if I can get, for my bonus action, I'm going to have Granite Janet come over. Or she's already kind of over there. So,
Yeah, she's there.
and she's there. I'm going to try to get her to do her thing again and like bang on the side of it.
All right. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that is my spell attack modifier to hit, which is a +6.
Janet is going to have advantage on this because.
Yay!
Go.
Obviously.
You know,
of
the
reasons
sousaphone.
That's a 1, so thanks for
Wow.
the advantage. 18
Yeah, that'll
plus
hit.
6.
I think that hits.
Yeah, it might. That's non-lethal 1d10 plus 3 force damage.
Don't sharks have really good hearing?
They use electrical
yeah.
signals in their pores.
Never mind. That's amazing.
Isn't it neat?
Your
They sense
pores can
electricity. Well, shark pores can.
shark
Oh.
shark pores are Pikachu's.
Yeah, that tracks.
Well,
Yeah,
the
I'm-
Pikachus
I'm
store
good.
electricity. Maybe they can sense it as well.
That's
Yeah.
a
Is the
1.
Pokedex, Devin? Is
Big 1 point of damage.
So 4. 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 plus
Okay.
3, 4.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
So that takes the remaining 2 temp HP that you had given Celia and does 2 more additional damage on
Ooh.
top.
That's a
Nice.
D100.
Not bad.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Although,
still a
yeah,
D10.
Celia is
You
outside
use
the
the
range
first-
of your effect.
Yeah, you can
The,
substitute it.
Yeah.
When Komun did the
I
thing
saw
to
that.
Celia,
Yeah.
does that
I also
count
did
as
not know you
being
could just
charmed?
It is not a charm effect.
Okay,
It
never
is a
mind.
possession.
Okay, never mind.
Celia is
So-
possessed by Komun.
This is a 1.
Okay.
And then the
I just
double
didn't know if
zero
there was
is
any
10.
like charm thing happening.
You know what I mean?
I don't think
It's
possession
like
is technically
a
a charm
percentage
effect, right?
So this
It's
tends
not, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just didn't know if like Komun when Komun was holding Celia, if there was any. I
No,
wouldn't grab. Okay,
No.
never mind then.
but it's a good thought. Okay. Awesome. So we'll say for the sake of this that Celia is going to be considered blinded.
Cool.
and difficult terrain
Cool.
unless they make an attempt to use their action to
Pull the sousaphone.
get the sousaphone
The
off
sousaphone
of their
lasts
head.
for 3 hours.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
Saoirse did a funny thing this
Yeah,
episode. Went off without a head.
Yeah, we need to give you credit where credit's due. Like,
But like
you
every
take some swings, and when it hits, it's like
Hits.
changes
Whack.
everything. You're like it's really like a hit or miss, and those hits just end the whole competition.
Running people over with horses.
So Bryce, you are up now.
Okay, so does it seem like the swords are necessary to remain in there for this thing to blow
Oh
up?
no, it's very
It
easy
is
to tell
going
right now
everywhere.
that it is outside of your control.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
And yeah, you're gonna need to roll another dexterity save.
That's fair.
You are right at the center of this.
Dexterity saving to 13.
13 is not quite gonna do it.
Man, I've saved every time.
Roll that d6 for me again.
2.
2. Alrighty. Okay, so that's 7 points of... Yeah, so like you had seen happen to Rand, an arc of ice, now, you know, even wider, like, and where it had kind of stabilized into like a steady stream, it is now kind of like starting to ripple, like a little sine wave coming through, but still coming out at a ferocious rate, this like crumbly kind of sharp, jagged column of ice.
Man.
Just like you're kind of trying to avoid it, sitting there trying to dodge, and one just like cracks you across the jaw.
It doesn't break the temp HP I got last time.
Oh,
so it just like
hey.
hit the twilight aura that's around me, and I'm just like, that's not what's been happening this whole time? Alright, so...
Here, I got you, Bryce.
My sweet boy. I'm gonna pull both my weapons out if it's clear that like they don't need to stay in there.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna, because after I got glared at by Ko-Moon, I was watching and saw the whole thing happen. And now I'm gonna pull out the dream stick that did not work on Pell earlier
Okay.
because it was the full takeover, and it's because it's just normal Celia, and they're just gotten the blue eyes.
Right.
Then yeah, I'm gonna go at Sousaphone to Celia, and dream stick them.
Cool. And yeah, they are within range. So,
Yeah.
so for this,
Trinkets.
this is a little bit more difficult of a situation than the use of it that you had before.
I'm sorry, there's
Right.
a sousaphone in the
This
way.
is a much stronger connection to the spirit. This is a
They
direct.
should be like.
This is a direct possession of Celia, so it's going to be a bit harder to break. So I'm going to roll an intelligence saving throw against this, and
Is this a big D20 roll?
yeah, this is a big roll.
We have
Yeah.
a swear jar die.
Void, wasn't
Well,
there? I thought we
Celia's the
had
one
a big
rolling the
D20.
save.
No,
here.
we have an extra one.
Yeah, we have the big D20.
What happened to the big
Oh.
D20?
We-
That's what I was saying when I
Is
said
it the
big
diamond
D20.
No, that's a...
No, the giant blue or black
Yeah.
one.
Oh, that's
big-
right.
The big blue one.
It's gone.
Is it in that chest?
Oh, is it in the chest?
Oh, maybe in the chest.
Big blue in the chest. No. Big
Dun,
blue
dun, dun,
chest.
dun.
You know what I
we'll-
should have done to
we'll
be
settle for
poetic?
I'll
I
roll
should
this
have trapped
publicly,
Celia
too.
in a wine cask or something.
Mm.
Just like full circle. of
Yeah, like
stupidity.
another barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
So
would have been a great idea.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
set
have
the
it, though, it's a
DC
sousaphone.
The sousaphone is
at
better.
for this one. It will be a 12 that Celia's gonna have to beat,
Mhm.
but it will get progressively higher of a DC that they're gonna have to save against the more times you try this.
Okay.
So that's how we're gonna play this. Okay. So first roll. Okay. So that's, doesn't really matter what I set the DC at there. Sorry, let me let that sit on the camera a little bit longer. So you run up and you like, bing, and you sit there and you see like some blue energy kind of snaking around like the prongs, this like tuning fork shaped device, but like it seems like it's trying to pull some energy, but it immediately gets sucked right back into like Celia's form.
There's a marching band in the way.
Yeah. There's just too much
I was
noise. You
so
just can't.
confident when I
Yeah.
was running up with that because it worked so flawlessly the first time.
And you're like,
am I
you can tell
supposed
it's trying to do something, but it's just not happening.
Is this another one of the magic things? Do I have to focus harder? So, I'm assuming I can't 2-weapon fighting bonus action. Try that again.
No, because this isn't really considered a melee attack.
Yeah.
It's just an action.
I know. Because how many feet of movement did I use to get there?
That was like what? You were right here.
Yeah, in the same spot as Rory.
So 5, 10, 20. 20 feet about.
Am I able to walk to Rand and hand it off? and say, okay, you try.
Yeah,
Because
sure, I'll say you
each
can do
time the DC goes up.
Yeah. So
Are we out of combat?
we're
We're
still
still
in
in
initiative
initiative. Oh,
order.
okay.
So Bryce is handing you the.
But nobody's really attacking us right now.
Yeah.
We can
I mean, there are still 2 dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Looming on
And
the wall.
speaking of which, Celia is now going to take a legendary action because they felt their essence being pulled. They're going to take a legendary action first to summon these 2 down.
Oh, I thought all of them failed.
However, the glyphs do not seem to react when they land on
Ooh.
them. However, they are still under Kamun's control. They will take a save on their turn. And then Celia is going to take another legendary action to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
For real?
Wait,
Even blinded?
but they're slow.
Oh, it's slow. You're right.
They're
You're right.
slow.
I did say that.
Janet.
Yes. That's as far as.
And blind.
Yeah, actually, hold on. That's a good point. That's a very good
dang,
point.
Where are you
like
going?
looking.
Zigzag.
I want roll a
D4.
I thought it would be a legendary
Yeah, roll a
resistance.
D4
See
for
which
me.
cardinal direction they go.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a 1. A 1 is this way. 2, 3, 4.
Just
Got
into
it.
the wall.
Yeah.
Please be a 4. Please be a 4. It's a
wow.
1.
Okay, so
Oh, so they
yeah,
can go that way.
1, 2, 3. So 15 feet of movement.
Okay.
It's like they just kind of like.
Womp, 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 womp.
Okay, so Rand, now it's your turn.
Okay.
Get her! It just starts womp womping. Or when they start womp womping.
All right. I am.
That's a good
Thank
choice.
you. Thank you.
It was a very good choice.
Thank you. It took a long time for me to
But you
get
got there. And
I
that's what
got
matters.
there.
So worth it.
Basso continuo
I would like to have Rory teleport me here.
Okay, so that'll happen at the end of your turn
Oh,
because that's
never
when Laura
mind.
reacts.
Can I make it here?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How do I?
What is that?
I believe in you.
5, 15, 20, 25. So you can get 25 if your movement's 30,
You're
you can get there.
within. Are you within 10 feet of Granite Janet?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Then you
Pass.
get extra 10 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can easily get there. It'll
Can
be 30
I-
to get there, 35 to get there.
Okay. I want to position myself between that and the doors so that I could get an
Okay.
opportunity tap
All right.
on them if they try to get around me,
Sure.
and then
Love
I
it.
will stab to hopefully also
Dreamstick.
make them go that way to topple and to
Yes.
right in the belly button.
Okay. All right.
If it's
You're not
gonna
gonna dream
how
it?
far down
Wait, are
is
you
it?
dream sticking?
Yeah, I'm dream
Oh, okay.
sticking.
Okay.
Just make
Oh, okay. So
Into-
me.
Yeah.
Because when you say
you said the word
stab.
stab.
Yeah, I thought you were
You're gonna
attacking.
You're
I was
gonna
like,
stab
okay.
with
No,
the
no.
dream stick.
Yeah, now
I'm
Right.
dream
Hard.
sticking,
that's what I was
stabbing
thinking. But
You wanna get the
into
dream
yes.
essence
So the
and their
DC is
mortal
now
essence.
going to be 15 for this save.
Okay.
Okay.
He's saving.
Oh.
Yeah, you rolled it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was pointing my finger like you do that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
The finger.
Menacing.
Yeah! Dream stick.
Dream stick, dream stick, OP, artifact, OP,
Trinkets, trinkets.
gave us.
so you
Trinkets.
Yes.
and you watch the blue energy where before it just kind of barely trickled in. Now it just rushes in, and you watch. You don't see any effect directly on Celia, except for them toppling over.
Yay!
Let's go.
That was a trombone, not really a
And
sousaphone,
we are now out of combat. We are not going to be out of initiative yet,
Yeah, they're
Seriously.
because
folded,
at
are
this
they?
point, your moonbeam comes into play.
Yeah.
Does 21 points of damage
1d6
to the
plus
obelisk.
6.
Yeah.
And you watch the top of it start to just, as this moonlight shines on it, just bits of rubble kind of just separate and disintegrate up into it. The beam of energy starts to slow down a little bit and kind of condense into a smaller point. It's still coming out a little bit, but the vibration at the base of the obelisk and in the cavern becomes even more intense now, and more bits start to separate from the ceiling. And this place feels like it's going to be coming down soon.
Good. Deserves to.
It's got that good vibration.
out. So
Good,
we'll pick up here in just a few minutes. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. For a little bit. Don't put that page away. We need that page.
Don't put
we
that
need the page. We need the page because
Oh,
Yeah.
We're live again.
are
I've
live.
actually been. It's very good to be around everyone. Just FYI.
We love you.
We love you.
you're
Yeah.
wonderful.
We love you, Will.
Everyone loves Will.
Oh.
Will's the best.
Back.
We love Will.
Everyone's-
We love
Spam, we love Will in the chat.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
We love Will.
We love Will.
Oh.
We love Will. We love Will. Honestly, the best.
Facts.
Ah. Oh.
It was so coordinated that we all stopped. That's just
During
how
the
much-
break, I made a new friend.
No.
You're so sweet.
Oh.
Roll D100 for wild question.
Roll the question die.
Oh no.
Looks like 79.
Oh, that's a fun angle. Is definitely Ben. Sam and Ella is absolutely there though. Like absolutely there.
Fair enough.
Let me go back to Theater of the Mind.
As well as Black Eye. You remember?
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
He's the one that
Um,
gave Bryce the rope he was wearing at the beginning.
Yeah. So when we switched scenes, we lost mics. So,
Woohoo!
but
Oh.
just I don't know how much we missed, but the question for all of the characters this week is who their role model is.
And Bryce Buckland's role model is his father, Ben Buckland, followed closely by Sam and Ella, the Pirate Queen.
Say yes. Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I don't think Rhea has a role model.
She's
I
her
think
role
she like
model.
she spent most of her life just kind of like wandering and not really like having any lasting relationships with people, and I think like this party is just like some of the longest like friendships she's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And so she doesn't really like have
I know, it's
she
really
doesn't really
sad.
like have a role model because
Well, how about instead of a role model, what is there like an archetype, or like are there certain qualities that Rhea aspires to have, or wants to embody, like a role that Rhea would like to fulfill?
yes, she wants to be known as like as a person who can like keep everyone like she's a safe place. She brings like happiness, and she is just like known for just being a good person. She just wants people to be like, oh yeah, Rhea, yeah, she's a good person. She just wants to be like that, which coincidentally is the exact opposite of her family.
Mhm.
She wants, really what it comes down to is she wants to be the exact opposite of who she was raised to be.
Yeah, so Rhea kind of has like not really a role model, but like an antithesis to a role
Yeah,
model.
there you go.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes.
Functions out of spite.
Pretty much. She's like, yeah, I mean, she's like, oh, you like experiment
Literally
on
why
live
not into
people?
teaching.
I'm going to save people's lives.
So why got into teaching? It was like, oh, I hate so many of the teachers I had as a kid. Let me be the teacher. Like-
Yeah.
Saoirse,
Let's see.
Give us some Saoirse backstory.
Honestly,
Yeah.
so okay. Back in the Feywilds, there was an older Eladrin that she kind of looked up to.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe a few years older than her, always seems, like, way cooler, and was able to kind of hang out with them a lot. Got up to trouble and things like that, and thought it was, like, really cool and freeing and independent, and so she was really looking up to that person. I can't think of the name right now. I'll come up with one later, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, well, that person turned out to be not a great role model, and so she's kind of doesn't really know who to model herself after anymore. Yeah.
Interesting.
But the kind of, like, punk, I don't care what everybody else thinks about me, like, oh, screw it if my actions hurt others, you know, it's
Right.
just, I'm living for myself, and it's really cool, and I don't care, but she does care.
Right.
And so, so, yeah. Pass.
We're gonna talk about that person.
I'm sure, yeah.
Flesh
Let's
out
talk
that-
about that
that a little
person.
bit.
Yeah, I don't know who it is yet, but I
Yes.
just literally came up with it.
We're
Thanks.
gonna
Saoirse lore.
Rand.
Story time with Rand. When Rand was 10 years old,
Oh.
Rand for the first time threw a temper tantrum in which she took Crackle, and then I imagine it was something stupid, but she was just irritable that day, and she like burned a hill of ants with her
Oh.
friend. And so what happened was her father saw this happen, and he immediately like talked with her mother, and then told Rand to pack her things and that they were going on a trip. It was a very, very, very long trip.
Uh-oh.
So
To a
they
farm upstate?
essentially. So
She never saw Crackle again.
so that's not the part of the story we're talking about. Her dad took her to one of the only known volcanoes on the continent. And they walked to the very top of it and saw this like bubbling magma giant heat ball in the earth, and he proceeded to explain to Rand that it's perfectly fine to have anger, and it's perfectly fine to know that you're powerful, but it's how you use the power that you have that matters. And he showed her, magma, he, kicked in a rock, will burn pretty much anything it touches. And you are perfectly capable of doing that too. And then he walked her down to right below the volcano where there's volcanic soil. And volcanic soil is some of the most life-giving soil on the planet. And being someone who has power and rage doesn't have to mean destruction. Sometimes it can mean life. And that was the one and only time she's ever thought anything good about her father.
Oh.
And then when she got back to the camp, Crackle was dead.
Oh no.
He went to a volcano upstate.
So who's the role model?
So the role model is the volcano.
Yes, I was hoping it was.
So what her mom taught her about nature was that it is just as sacred and full of life as people who can talk or animals that can chirp or bark or whatever. Which is why Rand bowed to the waterfall a few episodes back, because nature is something that should be honored and recognized and seen as sacred. So, Rand's role model is a volcano.
That
It's a
is
good role model.
super fits.
I was really hoping at the very beginning. I was
Can
like,
I do one
hope it's a
too?
Big fire.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What you got? What you got for us, Will?
Okay, so the laughing god also has a role model, and it is this tiny little kitten that wears a bandana whose name is Pixie.
Oh.
That's it. She's just a super adorable thing, and that's what he aspires to be.
What Will's not saying is that we also have a pair of cat ear headphones over there that he is explicitly not wearing right now.
We all see it.
That
We
we're
all
definitely,
see it.
You know,
A gift.
a gift. You don't have to put them on if you don't want
you
to.
don't have to put 'em
You
on.
don't have-
Put them
We're just
on.
messing
They're
with
also
you.
Bluetooth.
It's okay.
I don't think you can.
Oh yeah, don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah,
it.
with those on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do it.
We're just messing with it.
Happens.
Yeah. Is there an NPC that you'd like to?
Folded guy number 3.
Yeah.
The one with the family that got squished?
Yes. 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 Give us his role
So
model.
his role model-
Crush us more.
His role model was his
No.
father because they had a great relationship with one another. He was
Oh,
always there
He doesn't
for
have
him.
daddy issues?
No,
Or-
actually, he has like the opposite of that. Like
His
he
parents
still
had a
talks to
beautiful
his dad like
marriage.
every day. His parents had a great marriage. It wasn't perfect, but they worked through everything, and that's kind of like been his guiding light throughout his life. He's like, I want something like my parents had. You know, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't the ideal, but it was theirs, and it was special, and it meant everything to them.
I'm gonna.
That's actually really eloquent, and I like that.
Yeah, and
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
he'll be remembered fondly by everyone who knows.
By his very thoroughly fleshed out support
Oh yeah,
group that he
he's
has.
fleshed out. Yeah.
And they all love him.
Flesh
Fully
is
fleshed
out.
out.
Loved.
By the way, Bly just showed up and said hello to him.
Hey, bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. So.
All right.
The little
So,
poem,
like-
he was going to renew his vows.
When I said that, it was
Aw.
a joke, but I'm glad we.
I
Carried
love
through with
this
this
fully
joke.
fleshed out character, honestly.
I think we should just start picking like you would just like we're walking down the street and you just mention like some elf woman like carrying a baby.
She
We're
will
like, what's the
become-
baby's role model in 20 years? Yeah.
It's
Now
her miracle
that
baby.
baby,
Okay.
that baby, big bad evil guy. You just don't know it yet. Yeah.
Fantasy.
Because that baby is the child of. Have you seen that with the script?
Broke the
Lives-
cycle of good parenting.
Lives its
Oh,
life
okay.
to find us, our group, and seek revenge. Sequel campaign, 20 years later.
Oh.
You look down at a 13-year-old boy who's like, I'm just looking for my father.
Ooh, ooh.
Jots down. Lives.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
Anywho.
so back to. Right, do we have anything else on the.
Now
thing?
we're into recap part 2, the electric boogaloo.
Oh, yeah. So, just as a quick recap, you
It
squished
says
a
it
bunch
on
of
the
people,
paper.
you captured Komoon,
I wrote the paper.
and you are now in this cavern with the sleeping bodies of multiple formerly possessed full dead members. The ceiling in this cavern is starting to crumble, and you don't have much time before it comes down.
Is the ceiling out? Does it look like it's just in this room, or is it like into the hallway?
Roll a
Does it seem?
perception check for me real quick.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is
Not great.
we're gonna stay in initiative order here, just to kind of track actions. If you want to take an action and help somebody else, if you want to act together, you can do that. 11. Okay. If you want to act together, you can do that. It's just more to kind of keep this a timeline going here. 11. This whole cavern is shaking. You imagine it's probably not just ending here, that there may be effects further down the passage that you came from. It's hard to tell exactly how extensive it is yet. but you know that this place is going to come down where you are currently, pretty quick.
Oh gosh.
So,
Oh gosh.
first round we start with. This is too happy.
Yeah, it's like
Sorry, we got to get something a little bit more intense. So Rhea, you're actually up first in the initiative order.
Yeah.
So, if you want to do something, or if you want to take an action with everybody else, this is kind of free form. This doesn't have to be strict. So, like, if somebody wants to do something that needs help, go for it. You just all kind of get one thing to do this turn.
I want to look at everyone and be like, just grab somebody who is sleeping and go and just get out of here. And I want to, if I can,
let's all. Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before we've said it's like a flavor where my spiritual weapon can kind of like shift form.
Yeah.
Is it possible for it to shift form, but not just for flavor, but for function?
Tell me what you want to do.
I want to turn it into like a dustpan. Like, just like, yeah, I mean,
Who are you sweeping up? I'll let you.
like, yeah, I want to get folded in there. I want to be able to like have the the reason why I want a dustpan is so that I can kind of like scoop up one of the folded.
Yeah.
And that way I can like grab somebody and have the spiritual weapon and essentially be carrying two people.
Okay. So I think here's how we'll do this.
And also, I want to say, Granite and Janet's still nearby, and you can get an extra 10 feet of movement.
Oh, that's really good.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you create something?
So we'll say that I'll let you get one person in it at a time
Yeah.
because it's like a medium-sized
Yeah.
kind of thing. So you could scoop up one person with the spiritual weapon and transport it at the speed of the spiritual weapon.
Okay. Which is 20 feet every
Right.
6 seconds.
Yeah. Exactly. So
It
can help you
it's
get
better
the
than
number
yeah,
of
nothing,
person
like-
through, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Literally.
The spiritual weapon, it was like over here-ish. So, which one of those guys is folded? I just want to grab whichever folded is closest to the spiritual weapon, which I'm pretty sure is like.
Let's get the battle map up so we just can visualize this.
Is it like
Yeah.
this guy right here?
Which one?
This guy?
Yeah, he is. Everybody who is left on the field right now is a folded who's asleep.
Yeah, but I'm trying to
you-
make sure like.
Are you looking for somebody in particular, or
Yeah, I'm looking to not get Pell or Celia.
okay?
Because Pell and Celia are nearby everyone else,
Mhm.
and so I
Yeah.
want to try to grab like.
So Celia is here. Pell would be, and we'll say, did I grab somebody for Pell? I thought I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Was this Pell? I think this.
I
might have
think
been
so.
Pell. Yeah, this would have been Pell then.
yeah.
So folded on the ground are here, 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 and here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna grab.
And that way.
Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that guy in the back.
Okay.
And I want to fly. I want to use, I guess if I can, my action and my movement to fly to this guy who's sleeping,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
grab them both and start to head out and be like, unless anybody else has a better idea,
Aren't
Let's-
there a bunch more outside asleep too?
How many
let's
are
get
there?
moving.
Total.
Total.
3, 7, including Pell and Celia. There is 3, 6, 9, 10.
I've got an idea that would make this a little easier. Can you? How often can you use your creation things?
So I just did it for the Sousaphone, and it's once a day.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, regardless, we have rope. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I would
I do,
like
at least.
to use wild shape, and I would like to turn into a giant goat.
Okay. Yeah.
Giant
Sure.
goat?
A giant
With-
goat.
Is that an option?
It is an option.
It's a William.
It
goat.
is a large creature. It has 40 feet of speed of movement, and it's sure-footed, so we can climb, y'all. Let go.
Wait, is
Let
that
go.
I don't have a goat, but I have a.
noble steed.
Can I like dustpan like put people on your back?
That's yes.
I hear that in my head. Your voice came from- I hear. Yes. Do it again, please.
Yes.
Amazing.
I just kind of like, turn my butt around and shake it a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
DM, can I just start like scooping?
Load up.
Yeah.
how
I wanna-
many can you carry?
So
I want to go for the people up top, if that's the
Okay.
case. Then
That's a really
the
good
people
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be different.
I have a
So,
plus
I'd say
three
you could
strength.
probably get one. If Rand moves closer, you could get one on her back with your spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
And in this turn, it would take probably another turn to get a second.
Okay.
Because you'd have to kind of go over, scoop, and then go back.
Yeah,
Which would
yeah,
be about
yeah.
20 feet.
100%. So I'll be like, Rand, get closer, please.
Yes.
Okay.
I follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where am I going?
Over to here, because Ria's going to sweep.
Sweet.
And if I was able to use my action to dash, would I be able to just position myself more over here?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
your flying speed?
Same as my walking speed, so 30
Okay.
feet.
Yeah, so you could probably get back to around the center of the room. I'm not going to be like super specific here because it's not like we're not measuring like
We'll just do that.
distances and cones of effect
Cool.
here. It's just more.
Cool.
It's a little bit looser.
Yeah, so I guess that ends it for me.
Okay. And then you transform. That's a bonus action, right? So you still have an action if you want to do something else. Saoirse and Bryce, is there anything that you want to do?
Actually, it is an action.
It is an action. Okay.
But I do have Expeditious-
I'm just worried I have
Expeditious
strength, but I
retreat?
am-
Expeditious Retreat, which is
Yes.
That's a
But I don't think I
lovely-
want to do that until I've got more people on me. So I'll
Okay.
just
Wait, do you
I
have a
will
bonus action available?
psychically
Because
for
I do want to yell out if Rory is still right here
Mm.
next to me. Like, can Rory get anyone on there?
so they have to be a willing creature.
I
I don't think you can be willing if you're asleep.
They
You
are
can't be
unconscious.
willing if you're asleep.
In the medical community.
It actually is. But sorry.
Anyways,
that,
That's right.
What's happening?
In D&D,
D&D, what willingness is.
no, they are
Yeah, I
incapacitated.
figured not.
So yeah,
so I will psychically tell
unable
you
to will.
they can't agree to this. That it's a lot. But will someone please? I just kind of ping this into all of your heads. Will someone please tie these people onto my back?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
go for that. Gonna start my nodding at the bottom and just see if it goes up. I don't know how this roping will work.
Okay, so you're trying to tie
I
the body to.
Tie bodies to
Tie
giant goat.
all
Okay.
the bodies
Okay.
onto this giant goat.
Okay. Well, you can. So right now, one has been swept onto goat back.
Yay!
If you want to place more on goat back, you can try to do so. I would say, given the amount of space, you could probably fit another one, and any more than that would start to get a little dicey.
I do have advantage on strength, or I have a good strength.
It's more that you're going to be starting to pile.
Yeah, the
Well,
height.
yeah.
I
Oh.
am 4.5 feet
if we
tall.
have
And
if
for
we have
not tying.
rope, could we just like tie people?
Just some bungee cords and just.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I would like.
Then actually, yeah, no,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
like,
start
tie
working
people
on.
Stack and tie.
Because
Oh, I see what you're saying.
it's probably
Yeah.
gonna be a
Mhm.
strength roll to get people on top of this giant goat. But they're.
I'd say you could get one, and then anything more than that's going to take a check to do.
Oh, okay.
No, I do have advantage on strength and dexterity.
Saving throws or checks?
I
throws. Yeah,
would
it's not gonna
like
bother.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna try and pile on some bodies here.
All right, so
Pile
I'll say you can. This one is like right next to it, so
Mhm.
I'll let you use an action and a bonus action. So
Are you
one.
telling me you guys are forming a goat back mountain?
Yes.
I'm here.
Oh my god! You gotta unmute yourself if you're gonna say stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Well, actually, well, can I like make it a bonus action to like tie the rope around them to begin this bungee cording, just throwing
So
people
dirty.
across the mat,
So
and like,
dirty.
because I'm picturing 2 on each end of the rope, so that way they balance. and, like-
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, like saddlebag stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
Saddlebag
and then you
it.
can fit one on the middle.
Well, we can pile the
Yeah.
middle. And
Oh,
we can have-
that's
Or-
right.
I'm just imagining like they're tied around their waist and they're just like,
Yes, and they're literally hanging. That's exactly what I am thinking.
all right.
I mean,
we also
Is that
just tie
action
people
economy
to-
correct? There would be a bonus action
to you.
Yeah, I would
and
say
you
you
drag
can,
them.
you can get 2 people
Hold
tied
the
up
rope
like
with your
that
mouth.
as action bonus action.
Okay,
That'll
that's-
be your turn.
Yeah, that's my goal, and have
Roll
them
a
like
house,
set
you can
up
hold it.
next to the
With your
goat
hands.
rather than piling them on.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
Wait,
So,
but wouldn't it,
all right,
if
so
we
you've
like
got
tie
this is just because
Shouldn't you just
I'm
tie it
amazed
to
that
me
that's
like a
balanced
saddle?
right now, but you've got 2 on goat back
We
right
could
now.
also
Okay.
drag people, is what I'm saying.
You
Do I
want
need
to
to roll
drag
for that?
people?
No, I think you need to
I
roll
mean,
for
like
this.
if they have enough fabric, and as long as you're not going like
Like I said,
know,
you can do
as a-
2
like
without a
speed
roll, and
car.
then any more
You
is
know,
going to
but
start
we're
to
trying
take
to-
a roll
we're
to
trying to
secure
book it out of here.
and
I
a
know,
roll
but I
to
mean, if it
for
if it
Rand
means
to
that
stay
if
standing.
yeah,
people
to
behind
one stay standing
and,
with all the weight, and
potentially,
also
like,
to transport
seriously
without any of
injuring
them
them,
going.
I do not spare the die. That's fair.
All right, so Saoirse, is there anything?
So I'm gonna get Granite Janet to help move a guy or 2. I think I'm gonna like. This is stupid. Because I can't envision a way that I could feasibly like strap anything to Granite Janet and
Yeah.
and have her like.
Tow a body.
Yeah. But what I think could work is.
She's just a stool that people are riding on.
Well, what I'm thinking is more like I'm going to pile some bodies in front of her, and then she moves and just like bulldozes them. Wait.
Just like 8-bit animation just
Wait.
pushes them forward.
Wait, yeah, pretty much. I want to try to. Okay, here's what I want to do.
Mhm.
I want
What do you want
to.
to do?
I'm going to remove Celia from the sousaphone. Remove the sousaphone from Celia. And I'm going to jury rig the sousaphone. Sousaphone
Can you type?
to. Why? She's asleep, right? Or they're asleep, right?
Are they asleep?
They're knocked out. At
Oh,
the end.
oh,
They're
never mind.
asleep. It's fine.
The sussy bone.
And so I'm gonna unsousaphone Celia. I'm going to jury rig the sousaphone to Granite Janet.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a bulldozer almost. Like a snowplow.
Okay.
effect.
Yeah.
Where it makes like this kind
Okay,
of like
okay.
the scoop bell of the Seuss.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Granite Janet has a +4 to strength.
Okay. Yeah, Janet is strong.
So strong.
She is. She
I'm
is such a
imagining
strong
her
rope.
like
Um,
like you know, I mean not in the strength sense, but in the locomotion sense of like that meatball guy from Aqua Teen Hunger
Oh,
Force.
yeah, yeah.
You know who I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
What a
disgusting,
callback.
absolutely
Meatwad.
Have you
awful
noticed-
emulation.
it's
That's
really
the guy,
weird. It's a
Meatwad.
really weird one. One of the Adult Swim shows.
Yeah,
It's so good.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
It's good.
I'm gonna try
You just
to
have to be a little.
get like maybe. So I'm gonna put Celia back in front of the sousaphone and also Pell.
okay.
And maybe who else is there around me?
So yeah, so you've got Pell was there, was right here, and then let's kind of work this out. So
Incredible.
Pell right here. On your turn, I could say you could, with all of your movement,
Mhm.
drag Pell over
Mhm.
here, because it does cost twice your movement to drag somebody with you.
Sure.
So I would say you'd be able to get Pell there, and that would be about it this turn. Because you'd have to go here, drag back. Maybe you can get one more, but that would be it. So there would be. You could probably get. I'd say you can get Pell and Celia,
Okay.
and then.
That's good for now.
Okay.
Can we? Can we wake him up?
No.
Hey, what's the action right
I mean,
now?
maybe
Can I do-
Celia.
Can I try
Yeah.
slapping one of the ones that's on the goat?
We'll get to that.
Can I just
Okay.
drop Celia kind of hard?
Sure. Yeah. You can
Okay.
as you. Yeah. Well, let's just see. Let's see what happens.
Oh! Wow!
Where do my d20s go?
Oh, it's right here.
How
It
dare
was so funny.
I kept it so I
laughed
could
all-
leave it on the one and then make him roll.
Nope.
No. Still asleep.
Yeah, Celia is still lights out. They are.
Watch that.
We didn't want that one.
I was saying, watch that really work.
Can someone move their hand in front of the battle map?
Oh,
please?
did it?
Yep.
Did we
Okay,
lose it
good,
again?
good. Okay.
You actually see a little bit of blood on his head. Where you dropped it. They're actually, if anything, more out now.
Oh, no.
You see the
They have
pupils roll back.
Okay, so that is one round.
Woohoo!
At this point, the ceiling is now starting to fall.
Cool.
In earnest. Before it was crumbling, there had been the initial drop of debris and rocks from where the impact had been from the energy beam, but now the entire ceiling is starting to collapse. I need everyone to roll dexterity saving throws,
Oopa doopa.
including Janet, including
Oh.
Rory.
Oh no.
15.
15? Okay. That succeeds.
Ooh, dirty 20.
That succeeds. You're trying to beat a 14 here, for full disclosure.
Does my Tides of Chaos kick in because of Wild
Oh,
Shape?
it's not a spell. Is it a magical effect or a spell that triggers it? I think it's a spell. Because you have to, it's like a level 1 or higher spell, right?
Let's look.
Okay, so I'm rolling for this one first.
Is after you
This guy got
cast a
squished.
spell.
That was the
Yeah.
squished
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
So
Locket.
cast a
You
spell.
You would have a locket, little mini.
Granted, Janet and I both got 13s.
13, so you both do not succeed.
Boo.
Do all the people.
Yeah, I also got a 13.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, this is a saving throw?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah! Goat power! Oh, give that back. Give it back. Give it back.
Me?
Give it back. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't you
I
have
was not
advantage
paying
on-
attention.
Yes, I do!
Yay!
Goat power!
Go to power!
what did the goat roll?
A natural 20!
So the goat, at the last minute, it's like there's no way that goat's gonna
The
move.
goat has a name and pronouns. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I'm addressing the goat. It is more of a regal.
The title.
The goat, like
The
know,
greatest of
greatest
all
of all
time.
time.
No, I'm a fool.
goat goat.
I'm a fool.
You're the goat. It looks there's no way that goat can dodge, and just like whipping these unconscious bodies around, you use their momentum to like swing your goat body out of the way, and the rock just hits the ground.
Because I just imagine
I wanna
doing
know
one of
how
those cute
big
little
a
goat
giant
kicks
goat
out of the
is,
way,
but-
like.
That works too.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Yay!
So
Does it
next
scare you
round
when
of
you
act.
go-
Oh, you take 3 points of damage,
Cool.
No,
and
I'm not scared.
this person takes 3 points of damage. They are not dead, but they look hurt, very hurt. That person does not get hit, and then we'll say your roll applies to the people on your back.
Yeah.
And then the people in front of, so this includes Pell and Celia, they do get hit
I didn't know that.
for 8 points of damage. Okay. But both Pell and Celia now are shocked. Well, actually,
Cool.
Celia is.
Mm.
Pell is not.
I need to drop Pell harder.
You see Pell get hit and does not seem to react to it. Pell gets hit and does not move
Ooh.
after.
Oh.
So that's failed death save. For
I was about to say, wait. I was about to say,
Okay.
they
Does,
took a lot of damage in there.
does the round start over again?
Yeah, round starts over.
Yeah.
So
Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Is there
Bonus.
still a person I'm waiting for?
Bonus action.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Actually, can I? The guy that I'm holding, can I slap him?
Sure. I'll let you just kind of.
I just want to wake him up.
Yeah, sure.
That's all I want to do.
You just do it. You're not
Yeah.
like actually striking to hit. You're just kind of like.
Yeah. I'm gonna open up his eyes and blow into it.
Oh, you
Oh,
God.
monster! What?
It'll wake him up.
That is horrible!
It's that old family heritage manifesting in little ways.
Oh!
I've never heard of that in my life.
Me
It
either.
is the worst
Monstrous
thing
thing
I've
I've ever
Why would
heard.
How did you come up with that? Where did
You're
that come
administering
My
the
brother
puff
did it to me.
test, like.
Oh.
The puff test is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Oh
doing
my
it
That's
to
gosh.
okay.
an
I
unwilling
my brother
person.
did that to me, but I got my brother back by waiting until he was asleep and then sneaking into the room, pulling the sheets back a little bit, and taking a stapler and stapling his toes together.
Oh. Yeah, that's really even.
That one's much worse.
That's really even.
That one's way worse.
We love each other. I was 5, 4, 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
The thing is, if
staples
I'm
are
being
not
honest,
that thick.
both of them are serial killer
And he's
level. like, I don't think one is much worse than the other. Like, both of them are really up
He-
there.
He
Like,
got me back by
there's another.
No, 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 no,
How
no,
long
no.
does the chain go?
Hush your mouth.
We're gonna talk about this after the session. We're all gonna gather around. We're gonna have a conversation together.
I was like 4
You're
or
gonna
5.
sit
I
on
didn't
a
really
nice
understand what was
chaise lounge.
happening.
I didn't know Staples drew blood.
Well, only a little
So you blow in this guy's eye.
If metal is puncturing your body, what do you expect
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
happen?
slap this guy. Maybe blow his eye.
You awake him in some fashion, and
wouldn't
he comes
believe.
to. Are you like holding him? Like fireman's carrying him? Like,
I'm full on Superman, just like
okay.
and the moment that he's awake, I want to like grab his arm and like let him dangle. So I'll be like, grab other people on your way out, please.
Who are you?
I just saved your life.
So you dropping him?
I'm not
Don't-
dropping
it's
him.
like-
Like, I want to like, you know,
And I
grab
want
my
to know
arm
to
and
take-
then, like,
You are
like,
5
let him dangle.
feet tall at your shoulder height.
descend all the way. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how long you.
You are large.
He just looks over and like
I
the
had to
goat
take
eyes
the
with the
headphones
eyes.
off. You guys got really like it hurt.
Sorry if you're wearing headphones at home.
Rip headphone users.
I'll try to clap like up here or something.
So insanely loud. Wow.
Yeah, so then
Roll an intimidation check for me, real
I'm
quick.
still thinking about that.
I don't know if you're trying to be intimidating,
This
but that
guy's
is the
whole
effect that
past
you're
30
having.
seconds has been the worst. Like
11.
I've blown
okay.
into,
My intention
dropped by one hand,
to also
seized
say
giant
one.
goat.
Yeah.
Who knows
So-
how long this guy's been unconscious too? Like who knows what his
Yeah.
last memory was?
So he
First
looks
memory.
terrified, confused, but like he does not immediately suspect you of ill will. So you kind of lower him down, and he immediately starts like air stepping until you hit the ground, and then he's just like,
Grab any others on your way out, please.
yeah, he's gonna kneel down here, and he's gonna start dragging this. guy.
And then I want to come back and is this guy like? Does he have a rock on
so you
him?
can get about halfway.
Right here.
Does he have a? Is he like?
Yeah.
Did a rock like squish him?
Let me see. So he would have woken up. Yeah, he is pinned.
But he's awake.
He's awake. He's awake, but he's pinned now.
Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah, I want to see if I can just push the rock off.
Okay. You gotta,
if
are
I
you
can.
flying towards
Yeah,
him?
yeah, I'm flying towards him.
Yeah.
I'm
It
gonna
looks
get
like if you had to guess, he's only got like 127 hours to live.
Oh man.
All right, man, cut off that arm. Here's the dagger. Good luck getting through that nerve.
I'll just leave this here with you. You know what to do.
Yeah, yeah. So you're gonna try and push the rock off?
Yeah, 100%.
Alright,
But I
strength
want to
check
do
for
it
me.
like I'm flying. You know, like Superman,
Of
like
course,
pushing a
yeah,
spaceship. Like,
Seems like you wouldn't get as much traction that way.
but it's cool.
It is
Let
really
me
cool.
do
I
it.
agree. No, I'm not saying don't do it.
Come on, please.
It's magic. It's fine.
What am I doing again?
Roll strength check for me.
Strength check. Ooh.
Yeah, you're trying to push a boulder here.
4.
Yeah, you fly down and like
-1.
you cannot get any traction. It's like you're like
My hands slip
you're
and I just go
flying.
face first into it.
yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna try to push this boulder off.
Can you still
Is
do
it
the
like
bonus
pushing his
action,
leg?
like sweep, to get the guy off the
Yeah. Bonus action. I want to
Sweep.
sweep.
Okay.
Sweep the guy onto there.
All right.
And then I want to be like,
Wow.
I feel
That's
like
impressive.
if we can balance
Go.
minis on the back of a horse, I feel like
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
But you try to push, the rock does not move off of this guy.
Yeah.
So he's still pinned. His arm, it's kind of got him on the shoulder. It's not it's not like comically large boulder trapping this guy, but it's like a hefty rock on him. Heavier than you can lift right now.
Oh gosh.
Heavier than you can lift alone.
Be like, help me push, man! Don't just look at me!
It just looks up like.
Oh yeah, I have the
shock.
spectral wings that are. Oh yeah, I think everyone.
Am I
is still
dead?
Getting,
Am I
people are
dying?
still getting frightened, aren't they? Or is it just hostile
Oh
people?
yeah, you've still got it up, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. So he's got to save against that, right?
I'm so for just scaring the living crap out of everyone.
Actually, he succeeds.
So,
So,
okay.
but he's just like, am I dying?
Only
Am I
if you
dead?
don't help me pull this rock off of you, yes, you will be dead.
And he's gonna try and push it off as
Okay.
well. So I'll let you either roll with advantage, or roll again, or if you want me to roll for him, he can roll.
I'm
But
sure he has a better strength
This is
than
him
me.
taking the
Yeah,
help
you go
action.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, that's an 8. So he's pushing with all his might, and you're pushing, but it's still not quite moving, unfortunately.
We're both yelling. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an idea for a little group
Oh.
action here, because you're doing your thing with them.
Mm-hmm.
Can I run over to these two? How much rope did it use to tie up the two that I have tied saddlebag style on Savannah
I'd say
right now?
about.
Well, you've got 3 now.
Well, there's one on back, I'm assuming, because that got
Yeah.
swept onto you, and the
Oh,
other two
okay.
are saddlebag
I
style
see.
tied
So
onto
only the
you.
2
I
are
see.
tied down currently. That's probably, I'd say, like 20 feet of rope
Okay.
to do that.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, I like that. Okay. So then I'm gonna use another 20 because I have 50. I'm gonna use
Yeah.
another 20 feet of rope to tie those two together, and then because I don't have the move. No.
Oh.
I don't have the movement to drag them all the way to go. So I kind of just want to like stand in the middle with the rope, hold it over my head, and be like, "Come pick them up."
Like horse reins. Yeah.
Okay, so you've tied both of them
Yes.
to this rope, and now you're just holding it up. Right?
Yes, I'm holding.
You
hoping for you
clean
to.
and pressed a guy?
So you're gonna.
Okay.
Roll for clean
No,
and
no,
press.
I'm not lifting them up. Just the rope in between them, so
Yeah,
you
you're
can
holding
run
it up.
at the rope.
Oh.
Grab
and,
the rope
like,
in your teeth
Yeah.
and then run with the rope
Yes.
fasten them
So
behind
what are you gonna do when she comes running at
So
you?
okay, so okay. Here's where the rest of my movement's gonna come into play. I want to try and like do a fun
I knew you were
flip
gonna do that.
onto. If I need to mirthful leap to do this,
You
I
won't need
will.
to. You're either gonna
Yes!
roll, or you're still gonna need to roll for your mirthful leap. But
Wow.
Do I need the
Mirthful
height?
Wow.
Do I need the
it may
height?
turn into that.
Yeah.
Wait, that's another band name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full Reapers.
TM.
Do I need to use the mirthful leap to get the height to
Oh,
get on
dead.
the
Yeah, that's canon.
to get over
Are they all
or
wake up?
You can either do a mirthful leap to do it, or you can roll an acrobatics check for me. Your choice.
What would the DC be on my? Do you mind if I ask? What the DC on
It'd be
acrobatics
tricky.
check would be?
It would be pretty tricky. It's not impossible. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is on this one, but
Whereas with Mirthful Leap, I just would need to be able to jump a certain number, a height. Is that
yeah,
what's
you would
going
have
on?
to jump a certain height with Mirthful Leap, or I'd need you to roll an acrobatics check.
Okay. I'm going to.
That's okay.
They're on my
They
back.
are on your back
Okay.
officially.
D-
Rand, if you are going
I'm
to
just
start
gonna-
running with them on your back, since you have 3 people, you are a large goat, but it's still a lot of weight. I
I'm a
need you to
large
roll a
goat.
strength check for me.
Sure.
Or
Right.
an athletics
you need
check.
to touch me to do
An athletics for me.
Burn through the. Okay.
Well, you see, Paul.
What roll is this?
This is the athletics check to see how fast Rand can move with 3 people.
That is a strength. check.
That's an 8.
Okay. So, this was to see if you could go at full speed with this many people on your back. You cannot. You are going to be moving at half speed.
Okay, so I can get 20 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can get like up to Bryce now. I will
Maybe
say
we should just start waking people up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gonna be really cool.
Yeah, but there's other people still.
Does my clip clopping wake anybody up on me?
Do the
We can
saddlebags
see.
like their heads just? back
Oh
to the-
no!
I'm going to do my.
So 2 of them wake up
Hey!
Okay.
and begin screaming. One of them is one of the ones that's tied, and so he's just like.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
The other one is the one that's not tied down on your back, and she is just like immediately just like reaches down and clutches you because she just woke up and something is carrying her.
I'm going to do my Mirthful Leap. This is gonna be useful. I
Okay.
Yeah, no,
swear.
Okay. Yeah. I believe you.
Okay, so I got a 3
Uh huh.
on that. So that adds 3 feet to my jump.
Which is I always
My
forget.
strength.
Imagine a
It's
3-foot vertical
half
jump
of
right
isn't it
now.
like half of
3 plus your
incredible.
strength
Yeah,
modifier
box
Yeah.
jumping.
is
You
your
know
high
the
jump.
videos with like back when Jenna Marbles.
Oh, you mean
But-
like extra height to my jump added?
videos, and Julian would like.
Because like,
box
what's
jump
isn't
into
the
the
base
ground.
jump half of my
Mhm.
strength or something like that?
Base
It's
jump
so
is
much.
3 plus your strength modifier,
Oh, okay.
and then you're gonna have to have
And
that
then
because
add.
you're not getting a 10-foot running start. So it'd be 3 plus your strength modifier, divide by 2, and then add your roll.
Ma.
Like there's a lot of box jumps in high school for wrestling, and there was one
Okay.
time where I did a box
And I'm
jump.
assuming I can't
and my
recommend it to an
toes
acrobatics
missed.
check.
Nice.
All right,
No.
cool. So that-
skin
so-
missions and had to wear
4.
later.
Oh no, you have a
Pants
negative
were just-
4 feet.
and I still had to
You
do
get
wrestling
almost
practice
up to
afterwards.
shoulder height of Rand, and then you get clipped like just.
Close enough to at least like shove the rope in her mouth.
Yeah, you shove the rope in her mouth, and then her head just like goat face straight into your gut. Um,
And then I want to shout at the one. Can I see the one that's now conscious on back? Since I'm assuming I'm now on ground a little bit.
Yeah, you are knocked prone by this.
I'm just go help some of the others. At the one that's on the back of goat.
Okay, that's 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Roll a persuasion check for me too for the terrified, newly awoken, folded.
Hello.
That was cool. That was really cool. Yeah, that's like 1 million
for you. I was about to say,
Oh my.
that's a 28.
Okay.
I have
Lord.
a plus 10 to persuasion.
I've just been reading up on some like stats on goats.
Hold on, unmute
Like,
yourself. You
giant
can't
goat
say a sentence like that if you don't
Yes, I
unmute
am a
yourself.
giant goat.
Giant goat specifically?
Okay, so I've been reading up on some stats on goats.
And we have to know: are these Dungeons and Dragons stats or real life animal stats?
Combination between the two.
Love
actually.
that. Okay, continue,
Um,
please.
So, huge goat
Mhm.
in D&D weighs somewhere between 32 and 384 pounds.
That's a wide
very,
range.
Yeah.
And
Big goat.
Here's the
I'm a
thing.
big goat.
Goats can only carry 20 to 30%, and this is assuming that they are an experienced pack goat of their total weight.
So
In-
30% of.
Yeah, so at
It's
best,
like 120.
you're looking at about 120 pounds total that she would be able to carry.
But she's a giant goat.
Yeah, that's actually as a huge goat, which is a class size up.
Oh, this is D&D stuff. Oh.
Yeah, so
We got some big
at
people out.
best, one of those people, considering they're all prone and unconscious.
Well-
just an FYI, you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want. I was just reading up on it.
Saddlebagging,
It's
doesn't that distribute the weight better so it's not just concentrated?
Yeah, I think that was a smart thing that helps. You are also moving at half speed right now, and you're about to be dragging 2 more bodies, so you're going to be moving even slower.
Can I
At
do
this point.
something?
Yes.
Hi, this is what I want to do. First thing,
Such a dick.
Is Janet
as a
gonna be-
god. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, just swooping in with.
so
is
here's
that
what
a-
I'm thinking.
is that a fantasy
don't-
game.
Medicine
apologize.
check, does that take a full action?
Are you trying to stabilize Pell?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be an action.
Such a horrible god. I'm so
Okay. I'm gonna do something. Somebody needs to stabilize Pell, please. You got it. Thank you. I'm going to cast,
Was that the wrong way?
Yes.
Dang it.
sorry.
oh great. I'm gonna cast Minor
It's like a
Illusion.
30 second.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Minor Illusion. If I were to say, create an illusion of sound that is very loud and says, everybody wake up and run and get out of here.
Yeah.
Does that work on people who are sleeping, or do you have to be conscious to observe the illusion?
If it's a sound, I'll say it would still have an effect.
Okay.
Wait,
What?
sorry. I mean, that's a good point. It's just cute, but play
What?
the sousaphone.
I would like to give
really loud.
directions, though, also to people to like leave. Wake up! Wake others up! Get out! Wake up! It's like a
Wake up.
attention. Attention! An emergency has been reported. Do not use the elevators.
Like the really scary Sweden, like one.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just
Like
horrifying.
anyway, I want something horrifying to wake these guys up and make them run away.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. That lasts for a minute.
For a minute. Okay.
Yes.
So, what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what you're gonna do.
What am I gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What are
would you
you
like to
gonna
do?
do?
It's 9:48. What are you gonna do?
Oh, it sure is. Dang.
It is dang. It is so dang in here.
How many we got still asleep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? One of
Only
them's on your
one
back,
of them
one
on my
back.
back is asleep.
Celia
Right.
is awake. Pell
All right,
is
so-
unconscious.
So 1, 2, but Pell is a different kind. 3, 4, 5. She's like unconscious. She's not asleep. She's
Yeah.
unconscious.
Right. Yeah. That's what I
Yeah,
meant. Yeah.
So roll a d6 for me.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Bet.
We'll see how many of this, how many wake up from this.
Wake up.
Wake me.
1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aw, okay. Well, where are you? You are right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yay.
the one
Okay.
closest
Well,
to
I
you
mean-
wakes up, closest to the source of the illusion.
Okay.
They wake up and immediately just start booking it.
Hey, help! Wake up others too.
They just run screaming.
Okay. Okay.
But they pretty much get to the exit.
Okay, that's great.
Anything else? I think that was action, bonus action for everybody. Movement?
I didn't do a bonus action.
Is there something you want to bonus do?
No, I guess not.
Okay.
I'm like literally so stressed out right now. I want all of these people to survive so bad.
So now, after you have begun to move all of these
Wait.
people,
Sorry.
is there one more thing? What do you want to do?
Can I psychically say to Rory, hey, go get that guy from under the boulder. And then I'm gonna look at the guy under the boulder and say, hey, you see that ball of fire? Touch him and you get out from under the boulder.
Roll a persuasion.
Yes! Yes!
I went back and forth, like, in my head, like, is that disadvantage? Is that advantage because he's under a boulder?
Goat power!
Fortunately, this guy speaks fluent goat.
The goat said.
I've been meaning to use this. We set this up.
Translates
I'm switching to the dice cam now.
Oh, yeah.
We got this nice dice cam set up, and I've been a terrible DM and have not switched to it once tonight.
Horrible.
I know.
I just like this guy like woke up trapped under a boulder. I have like, you know, flesh dissolving wings on my back, and I'm like in his face, and then he looks over, makes eye contact with a goat, and the goat is like
Telepathically.
telepathically
Telling him
like,
to touch a ball of fire. You'll teleport.
He sees a decaying angel of death in front of him. He looks over, he sees a goat ferrying the apparent dead bodies
Who just had
out of here. This guy
13-year-old
100% thinks he's dead right now.
Touch the fire.
Does he
child.
touch
Get
Rory?
Oh
withered
yeah,
unto
absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Trust
So is
the
he
light.
good?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So he is freed, and then he's going to use his movement and his action to
Get other people. Wake up other people. Great.
There's no one really near
Wasn't
him.
there?
No, he was the last one.
This guy's being dragged by that person.
Okay.
Just
we're
absolutely.
all-
I just
want
want to yell like as he's running away, like, wake up the guy that you're dragging, please.
Okay, yeah, he'll do that. He'll smack and then
Smack.
no, does not wake up though.
Okay. If anybody fails the frightening thing for my thing, they just see like the flesh is just dissolving off of my face.
Cool.
Awesome. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
I've been sitting on that for a while, and I really just wanted to say it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
No,
want
it's
that
okay.
as part of your portrait?
Yes.
Like your
Half
face
of my
melting?
face is just melting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just make that.
Yeah, I love that.
All right. So, as you are starting to drag them away, the ceiling begins to larger pieces start to crumble off. The place where the energy blasted through, you can see like large chunks of the ceiling are cascading down, and it's rippling out from that spot. Everybody needs to make one more dexterity saving throw. And the obelisk, though you
Aye.
suppress
Nice,
the majority of
19.
the energy
That's a
coming
good
out, you see the light coming through the cracks is becoming more and more intense. And it's like this searing white hot energy now, and it hurts to look in the like vicinity of where the obelisk is.
8.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was for me. Let me.
8.
Okay.
Dude, I love that dice game on the camera.
Anybody that's still within 30 feet of me gets temporary hit points.
Okay.
So all of the
Right.
people, they get.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna roll 1d6 plus 6 for them real quick.
So where did you end up? You're still over by
I'm
this
still
guy,
right here.
Okay.
But yeah.
Granite Janet got
So,
7.
did any of them end their turn in 30 feet of you?
No.
Okay.
They're just
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, just outside. So no. All right. So
myself.
it was 8 for
Are you
you.
telling me the one guy who thinks he's
19.
dead is going to be the only one that survives? Because he's next to the
So
angel
you
of
save.
death.
You save.
Granite
13,
Janet. didn't
13.
save.
You did not save. Granite Janet did not. Okay. So I'm gonna roll damage first, as larger chunks of the ceiling start to fall off. Where are my d10s at? I mean, you don't know what I'm rolling.
What?
Okay. And then, oh, that was awful. So 11 points of damage
Oh,
to
okay.
Janet,
That's fine.
and then
She's
we're
a
gonna
tough
roll
cookie.
for. Since these are all kind of in one area, I'm gonna roll 1 for all of them. That actually saves. Okay. And then I'm gonna roll for this person on the ground here. It's cocked. They do not save. They splat
Who?
Oh.
this person.
Oh, there's a person.
Dead.
Mm-hmm. That's 11 points of damage, and these people do not have a ton of
Yikes.
health.
Okay.
Goodbye.
The ones on your back, we'll take your roll for them. And then for Celia does not make it. They take 11 points of damage, but they are not in dire shape. And then finally for Pell, Pell does not save, so that's another death. Save failed. Okay, so...
Do I have to take damage?
Yes, you take 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh,
then
I
I
still take
also-
11 points damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
I
failed,
still-
11 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm just
I-
rolling once, I'm not rolling for everybody.
Okay. I still have temporary point.
That's
You have so much, that's
I
messed
know.
up.
Well,
I only
rolled-
took
rolled
2
a
points
12
of damage there, so.
for the
Right,
last
yeah.
one,
Yeah. Okay, I'm cutting my head off in the camera view, so let me come back to that.
I'm assuming I can't do my whole reaction of having the damage there with my, because it says an attacker, so I doubt.
Yeah, there's not really an attacker here, this is kind of just stuff is falling and then it's hitting you.
Okay.
So, one last round here.
Mm.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna stabilize Pell. Oh, what?
I can literally healing word her from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
I was
alright.
gonna
Because you can use your
Yeah.
action to.
I was gonna to keep her from waking up because
Mhm.
she also seemed willing to go along with Kamoon and all that stuff.
Mhm.
I was gonna literally fly, spare the dying, and hold her and take her out.
Okay, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
You
Alright.
just do that.
Yeah, I'll do that
Okay.
because I don't want her to
Yeah.
wake. Where's Pell?
She
Mushroom.
is...
Spells the.
Mushroom.
That was Celia.
No, Celia's the
Celia is the
mushroom.
mushroom, sorry, I put the wrong person up.
Seal's the mushroom. This one is Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
So-
Janet.
That takes my action to do that, so I can only get to there. And that's
Okay.
it. But now everyone, when they, gosh, no, they have to add in their turn within
Mhm.
30 feet.
Is Pell stabilized though?
Hell is now stabilized.
Yeah.
She is not healed, she's stabilized at 0 hit points. She's no longer dying.
That's good.
Okay, I'm gonna use the Sousa dozer to push Pell? Celia.
Well,
Celia
Celia's
is
awake.
And Pell is now in.
I'm gonna push Pell.
Pell is now.
That's
Pell's
right.
in my
I'm
arms.
dumb.
Yeah,
I'm dumb.
I
I'm
am-
sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's hard when everybody's giraffes and mushrooms and blue.
What's the giraffe
people.
again?
Me.
We're working on getting.
I know, no.
goodies.
I'm not. It's not criticism. It's just like
It's hard to tell.
it's just
Sorry.
fun and whimsical.
I think
Am I the bottle cap or the giraffe?
Bottle cap is Granite Janet, who helps me move 40 feet instead
Yeah.
of just 30. So let's scoot boots.
Well, what if I'm next to Granite Janet?
When you start your turn within 10 feet of Granite Janet, you get 10 feet additional movement.
Halved
Yeah.
because you're encumbered.
I mean, it helps.
Yeah, it does help. And you do have.
So I guess 70 actually feet of movement if I really wanted to boot scoot boogie.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you can do.
I'm gonna boot scoot boogie.
All right.
I'm gonna shake
That'll be
my
enough
butt
to get you clear.
because
Yeah.
these people on me are awake. They.
One
No,
of them
they'll-
is.
Yeah.
The other one is not.
Oh.
One of them is like awake and like trying to get out.
Okay, so
He's one of the saddlebagged.
so theoretically, I can carry one person unencumbered.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna like shrug my shoulders and then look around at the woman holding me, and I'm gonna goat yell and say in her head,
Well, the
"Get
woman that was
off!"
holding you dismounted, ran away because she.
Oh, so then I
I'm
only
gonna run up
have
and cut the
one.
rope.
No, you have two.
You have two.
I'm
You have
gonna-
the two saddlebags. One is awake, one is asleep.
Can I cut the rope and allow the one that's awake to skedaddle on out?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they do that.
Uh,
And I yell, "Go wake up anyone else you see unconscious."
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Who knows if they're listening? Can I try to real persuasion check here? Or is that real? I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Let's get out of here.
Another
Oh my
28.
gosh.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they look back at you and just like kind of give you a sober nod. And then they head into the hallway, and you can see a couple of them have stopped. All of the folded that were in that hall, that tunnel, that had been watching this fight, all fell asleep when Komoon was captured. And now you can see these two are kind of going in, trying to like wake people up. Yeah, one of them's just like going like.
Wake up.
Look, they're awake. Their flight or fight responses are up, which is good in this scenario.
One of them punches that person in the face.
No doubt.
Oh my god.
But at this point, I think we're kind of at critical mass here because you now have full movement. You've made your way to the hallway. You have full movement here.
Yeah.
Well, not really. You have half movement because you're prone. Remember, you had to get up.
I guess,
You got
well,
knocked
in
over.
order to cut it, could I have used the movement it took to get up?
So, I mean, you could still use bonus action to. So, I think
That's what I
everybody
was
can
going to
now
do.
get clear.
And next to
Of,
Granite
except
Janet.
for you, right? Everyone can get clear
The radius, though.
of the room. So, just you is left with Bell. All right. Unless there's anything else that anybody wants to do, I think that's about what we can do in this turn, right?
Because, well, how much of my action economy have I used here? Was that an action to cut the rope
Say you
and then
did
some
like
movement?
You still would have like an action left. You could do it as like a bonus action, but
Because
your
I was gonna
movement
do
would be
the
fully used.
bonus action dash that I have, the cutting action
Okay.
to add.
I'll let you do that and use the action to cut the rope.
That's what I was.
Okay.
If that's
So
it.
that would use up all of your action economy.
And then my dash will get me.
Yeah.
I got a total 10 temporary HP.
Okay.
Just for
Cool. And Pell would also get that.
Yeah.
So, since the minor illusion goes on for a minute, can I roll each turn to see if I wake more people up with it?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I'll roll another d6.
Yeah. I think most everyone is awake now except for that
Yeah.
one person.
I
that's
just want to
being
keep
dragged.
it going behind
Yeah,
Could
me.
it go
for
out
sure,
into the
for sure.
hallway here?
Yeah, sure.
It's pretty
yeah,
loud.
it follows me, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it do that.
That's fine.
Thanks. 6.
Let's go. So
Nice.
everyone in this room now that wasn't awake snaps awake at the sound of this,
Attention.
loud.
Attention. An emergency has been reported.
And you hear just like a crackling like before. Yeah, so they all get up and they start booking it for the exit.
Do not use the elevators.
Okay, so
Meow.
It's a siren.
I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
do it again.
It seems
Oh.
enough.
What a wild ride we had.
You became a goat.
One of my friends.
That
I made a
is solidly in
sousaphone.
your hands.
did.
Those purely to let you know that.
that's a much to think about.
What?
Much to think about. So, as you all run to the exit, Rhea is left holding Pell in the center of the room, unable to make it to the exit in time. And you watch the light shining from the obelisk behind her, and then it just and just a ripple of energy just pulses out from the obelisk.
What?
Blinding light explodes out from it, and Rhea is bathed in it, and you can no longer see her. And we're going to end there for tonight.
What? No! You're not allowed to do that.
If Rhea dies, Rhea dies.
Ah!
I, as a player,
You want me to
Am
do
okay.
So bad.
my character's died.
I'm not.
So we'll find out what happens next week.
So
No, we
no,
won't.
you.
No,
Oh! 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll find out what happens in 2 weeks. So,
Mean.
I imagine there will be one last roll to see.
yeah, we'll see what happens. Both you and Pell
Oh my
will
god.
be. I need to think.
Reborn as
Pell better
X-Men.
survive.
Also, is it odd that Celia ran knowing, like, seeing her sister being held by somebody
Their
else?
sister.
Ah,
I don't-
their sister.
That's a good question.
You know, because if they were awake, would they not have?
That's a good question.
You know.
So,
The problem is though, is like I would have had to have cast my action to do spare the dying.
So you wouldn't have been able to move anyway.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I wasn't gonna cast Healing Word because Pell is clearly like I don't want Pell to like wake up and start stabbing people.
But would Celia had stayed behind?
It's a good question. If I had been thinking about it better, probably. But that's not what I said. So I think what would have happened is Celia would have started running, not necessarily noticing that Pell was there. And I think Celia now has turned, seen this happen, seen Pell in your arms, and froze and watched this all happen.
Wow.
And we'll see what happens next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
God.
It is late. We are all kind
Yeah.
of dragging.
So, that's all for this week. Hunter, you want to take us out?
On a
let me-
date.
Of course. Thank you all so much for watching and listening, and a special shout out if you liked and subscribed. Do we have any new viewers, subscribers, things?
Nope.
All right, cool. That's totally fine. That's
awesome.
Just what I wanted to hear. You've gotten to know our players here at the first draft, but this wouldn't be possible without Will as our laughing god, and producer as well, Jacob as editor, and Paul as our DM.
Give a round of applause for everyone.
Also,
Will,
music by
Paul,
Platty.
Jacob.
Yay!
Everyone, round of applause. Square of applause. Triangle.
Wait,
Isosceles triangle.
yeah, I was gonna say, do you want a right triangle or an isosceles? Or...
Is that the isosceles?
Trapezoid.
My SAT learning days are
We'll see you
flat.
next
Please
week
stop
playing
it.
Alien. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Alien.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.